This is Dave from Rock and Roll Reviews, and you're listening to podcast 4, the first podcast of 2013. As always, I'm joined by our fellow Rock and Roll reviewers. Firstly, the man who lives by the slogan, if you're not down with the doom, then get out of the room.
Hi, I'm Duncan.
It's Duncan. Hold on. Was no expense spared in this podcast.
I was about to say, the production value.
Whoa, you're fucking popular on this podcast. The next one was actually absent on our last podcast.
Yeah, it says it. So everything you heard in the last podcast, fucking forget it, because it's all starting here.
But he's back for podcast 4. It's Mikey.
Hi, I'm Mikey. Yeah. Ooh, a real rock crowd. Yeah. Yeah, that's all the Bunny the Bear fans cheering for me. You could have done this in editing.
Excellent.
Live.
And we also have 2 reviewers making their podcast debut. We have all the way from London, Graham and Lee.
That's a BBC.
Took a wee while to get going there, yeah, dicks. Jeremy Kyle.
Excellent, well that's out of the way, thank God for that. Okay, that first bit of music that you heard was a new track from the Ocean. They have a new album coming out in April through Metal Blade. The track is called Bathyal Pelagic 2, The Wish in Dreams. Go me.
Well done.
Yeah, and it's out 29th of April on Metal Blade. You'll hear that track in full at the very end of the podcast, so be sure to check that out. Okay, so as always we're going to be talking about movies and films that we've liked or disliked over the last few months. But firstly, before we get into that, one of the big events that just happened recently was the Oscars. So I just wondered what your thoughts were on the Oscars in general, and did you agree with the winners, and did you agree with the nominations? Firstly, anybody, what did you think? Any particular?
I enjoyed the show.
Oh, did you?
If you take out who won what and who was nominated for what and the actual show itself, because they wanted to take it back to movies and accent like the sort of the showmanship of it all. So Seth MacFarlane was presenting it, and I thought he was really, really good, and there was loads of cameos all the way through it from William Shatner, and there was folk getting up dancing that tube, what's his name, Channing Tatum or whatever was dancing with, what's her face, Lengthy McLanglogs. What's her name? Blonde chick, Prometheus.
Charlize
Theron.
That's the one, Charlize Theron.
Theron.
And that was quite good, and there was loads of things other than Adele singing, because she just sounds like a cat getting raped. But the rest of it was really, really good. The sort of just the show and the jokes, and it was really, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Didn't she actually, Adele, sound like a cat getting raped, actually win an award for that song as well?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
And you know how all the TV as well, when they were showing you, they never actually showed you who she was up against. They just said, oh yeah, she won. Yeah, there was a guy farting in a bath and a raccoon that got stuck in the wheelie bin that were up against her, and yet she still won.
I would have gone for the raccoon.
Not a massive Adele fan, but I think Skyfall's her worst song.
It was.
There's the worst song ever.
There's a note she hits in it. I swear to God, it's out of key, recorded. I don't know.
Is it the one? Is it when the sky falls? As if she's fell down a fucking manhole or something? Her own hole. Maybe she fell in her own hole. Maybe a manhole.
I don't think she'd fit down the manhole, or it's a bit.
And I think she get 2 voices as well. She get I think she mimes all the time. I don't. Her singing voice isn't her.
Controversial.
But then when you hear her actual voice, you know,
speaking voice,
yeah, a really, really horrible sort of made up Cockney accent. It's not even like a proper Cockney accent. It was like,
what you're saying is she mimes that as well.
she's like a parody of herself.
I just think you're insulting most of Essex.
We have English people in the room.
No. I can do Essex on its own. That's fine. But
that's a different song, mate.
Yeah. No, it's just that accent. I don't know what it is. When she waved at the crowd, and I love you, baby. I can fucking shut up. The singing voice is shite, and her actual voice is shite. Anyway,
getting back to the nomination.
So you agree you are winning?
Yes, entirely. Yes.
Cool.
I'd have rather heard that song done by
One thing I was quite happy
Ah, that would've been
about was
amazing,
Christoph Waltz winning Best Supporting Actor, because I think his role in Django, which I'll talk about later on, was actually stunning. I thought it was fucking brilliant in it and well deserved.
Anyone who's not Tommy Lee Jones winning that though is a result. Because
Yes.
Tommy Lee Jones is pretty much the worst guy that's ever lived.
But Tommy Lee Jones in Lincoln was amazing.
I'll be straight up, I didn't see Lincoln, but Tommy Lee Jones does look like he's been hit by a bus.
No,
Yes,
no, no,
several
no, no.
times. Yeah.
He's like a rock tortoise. He's just got to that age where if you put his head on a tortoise's body, it doesn't look out of place.
I can tell it. When you say it like that, it sounds adorable.
All we need now is find somebody's
Imagine
face to put on
having-
a rabbit. We can have a race.
Imagine having Tommy Lee Jones crawling about your coffee. I'm totally into that.
Yeah.
I want my own pet Tommy Lee Jones. It's amazing. But half his face would need to be purple. Because he's Two-Face.
Two-Face.
Yeah, it's Two-Face.
Yeah, I'm expecting you to pick up on
Yeah,
it.
no, totally. Yeah, no, it's fine. He wasn't my favourite Two-Face, you know.
What? Come on!
No.
Batman Forever. Classic.
Yeah, I know.
Come on,
It's
man.
maybe a lot of things. Nipples on the suit! Nipples on the suit!
That was Batman and Robin, not Batman
It's
Forever.
it's a different film, but it still brings back me. He touched me.
What, it weighs nipples?
Yeah, that's
What won Best Film?
Best Picture was Argo.
Argo, which is a fucking amazing film, even though it was historical. Nobody knew what happened at the end anyway.
Spoiler!
Big Ooh.
But that's supposed to come first before this.
Is it? Alright,
Spoiler alert! Blah 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 blah. Now it's safe to listen.
you can't have a spoiler about a historically accurate film because it was historical. That happened in the 70s.
It wasn't necessarily accurate.
Well, in terms of American films, yeah, it was. I would say it was a bit more accurate than previous things,
They
like
still-
Ladder 49.
They still made the British look bad.
Well, the British were
Still,
pretty bad.
That's it, man.
A worthy winner of Best Film, do you think? Argo?
Yeah,
Of
totally.
the
Over
nominations.
what? What was
Over Django, Life of Pi, Lincoln.
Life of Pi, jeez, it really
Fuck
did far too
Life
well.
of Pi.
It did
Yeah.
far too well in this award.
Exactly, and I can't say it without saying P. It's not Pie. Pie's got an E in it, and Pie's on P. Life of Pish.
Life of Pi.
Yes.
Shall be known of.
Life of Pi winning best cinematographer.
Pi.
Sorry, Life of Pish winning best cinematographer, but when 75% of the film was CG. Fuck off.
Exactly.
Right? Just like straight up, do your actual fucking job. Like give that award to someone who's actually done a cinematography job instead of some cunt sitting at a computer screen. Fuck off.
Like Spielberg for Lincoln.
This might be the first time the C-bomb in the podcast. Won't be the last.
Everybody seems to forget. Oh, Life of Pi. That was Ang Lee. Has nobody seen the 2007 Hulk? Holy fuck. 2003 even. What the fuck?
Yeah.
2007 wasn't much better.
No, it was Edward Norton. It was a little bit better.
I agree. I did agree with the visual effects, though. I did think it was worthy of a winner of the visual effects.
Because of all the visual effects in it, not
CGI
the
was-
cinematography.
I think cinematography, out of the people that were put up for that, I actually think Anna Karenina and Seamus McGarvey did a really good job because he did it. The opening scene of that particular film was absolutely stunning. It looked like a theatre.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing. The set design and everything was
And
brilliant.
it all gives way, like when you're watching the film, but it all like gives way so that it sort of the back of the stage kind of comes through the front and everything,
but
as
see,
if you are watching it
Anna
on
Karenina
stage.
had that woman in it that looks like a horse.
No, she only has she has two facial expressions. One's
Yeah.
a pout, which is a trout pout, and then yeah, she
Trout
just,
pout, is that what they call it?
yeah, that's the whole.
Is that like that's
That
trout
doesn't
pout?
translate well in the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, for all those that are listening, you just stick your lips out like most 16-year-old girls do on their Facebook page.
The opposite of an onion face.
Big news at the Oscars, obviously. Daniel Day-Lewis picking up his third Oscar.
For
I've not
best lead.
seen Lincoln. Do we all agree with that?
Well, I watched the
Best
film
actor.
and it was really good. However, the warning for that is you really need to brush up on your American history before you watch it because it's very, very specific on the areas that it touches on. So, but he was really good in it though.
I think if you look at the other actor nominations, you've got Bradley Cooper, who was, perfectly fine, but it was nothing
Yeah.
amazing. And then the others, Hugh Jackman in Les Mis, I'm not being funny, okay voice, but 2 hours of Hugh Jackman singing, it was difficult. The Master was just a shocker anyway. And then Denzel Washington for Flight, which
Yeah.
was I actually think that someone gave this a good rating on Rock and Reel.
That was me.
I
Yeah.
hated Flight.
I was torn. I was going to give it a poorer one than I did, but I really enjoyed the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, the bit where the plane.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole the
Perfectly
whole,
fine,
yeah,
and then the rest of like the hour and a half that follows is just absolutely shocking.
Yeah, you're
it's
drunk. I'm not drunk.
not
Yeah,
possible.
I'm not drunk. Yeah, I'm a drunk.
It's not possible. It's not possible to write a review which doesn't have some sort of kind of positive outcome if Denzel Washington's in it.
Exactly.
Well,
Denzel
it is.
Washington.
That's the
equals-
positive from it. Denzel was in it. Had that have been Will Smith, fucking zero. It's not racial.
Not,
Not the slightest.
not a fan of Big Willie
No.
style, no.
No, I do like Big Willie. Just you know.
Okay.
And I cannot lie. Oh, you are the brother, sir.
I'll tell you right now, that's my new ringtone. I do like Big Willie.
I've never forgiven Daniel Day-Lewis for Gangs of New York or There Will Be Blood.
I like There Will
I
Be
didn't
Blood.
like The Road Blood. I quite like Gangs of New York though.
Oh man.
I'm
that
not
film,
a
man.
big fan of Gangs.
Fuck that film.
Well, the thing is, the only reason you wouldn't like it, I mean, did you like Last of the Mohicans?
I did.
I couldn't tell you the last time I saw it, man.
Oh, right, no.
Back
Last of the Mohicans.
My left
Just
foot.
a wee
Yeah,
baby.
it's fine. Oh well. Ah, cheers. It's made me feel fucking old. But yeah, it's fine. Last of the Mohicans. Awesome.
That was a good film.
Awesome.
Very good film. Yes.
all
Yeah,
needs to be
so what else was there? Best director, Life of Pi, Ang Lee.
Fuck off. Stupid.
Wasn't really sure about that.
Stupid Hulk. Stupid Hulk smash.
Isn't this like the classic kind of Oscars thing though? I mean, generally at the end of the Oscars there are quite a lot of contentious sort of decisions, and they all tend to be towards the larger awards. You don't really see many people going out and about angry about who won soundtrack, for example. But when you're talking about best director and apart from Lee, you know what I mean?
Do you know what winds me up most about Life of Pi?
What?
It's the wee, well, other than that, the wee guy that was in it with the tiger, the one that was humping the tiger in the boat. Nobody mentions him during the film. Oh, Ang Lee's amazing. The visual effects. If I hadn't been for the wee guy in the boat in the first place, you wouldn't have had a fucking film.
I'm
But
pretty sure.
I just wanted to like stamp on his face. He was really annoying.
Was it?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it was
Wonder
it was really annoying, and his face was just.
I was sitting watching the film,
I think we
thinking,
found
right,
as a
cool,
replacement.
cool, something's gonna happen now. Oh no, he's just pissing the boat again. Right, so something's gotta happen now. Oh no, he's just fucking eating his biscuits. What the fuck? I'm pretty sure I get fucking trench foot for watching that film. Like he's constantly in the water. It's like, get on the fucking land, you prick.
But that bit was, the bit in the water was terrible.
Wear some flippers.
But the bit before and the bit afterwards as well, with the old guy that's in all the Bollywood films, I can't remember his name at all.
Yeah.
But
Bollywood Jim.
it's such like a it's such a staged. Oh, it's just awful acting. It's just awful. I just hated it, and it doesn't deserve anything.
It was shit,
The
man.
end.
Especially when,
Prophylactic.
I didn't. I should.
No, maybe.
especially when you've got Life of Pi going up against Beasts of the Southern Wild. I wouldn't necessarily have given it the 5 stars that you did, but when you compare that to Life of Pi, fuck Life of Pi, man.
Fuck Life of Pi, fuck the Oscars. We know
Moving
best.
on.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody.
Yeah, so that was the Oscars.
It was a good show though. That's what I started. I was saying. You should.
I never actually watched it.
Yeah, you should have.
I should have.
Yeah, you should have.
Too late for me.
Really?
It's
No,
only
well,
like 2 a.m.
well, I didn't watch it live.
Oh.
I watched it the next day. Downloaded it and watched it. It was good.
I don't learn anything.
Which meant I could forward it through Skyfall.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't want to watch that shit live.
living in the future, man.
Bitch singing that stupid fucking song. Ruined the fucking film as well.
So, while we're on the topic of films, we have been reviewing some films recently, or Lee has been reviewing some films recently.
Aye.
Thanks, Lee.
No, giving the rest of you a chance for fucking I'm going to go and see that. It's already been done. Fuck!
Well, I haven't seen anything for 2 weeks, so you've got quite a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, I was supposed to do Red Dawn before now, but I haven't really got around to it. It'll be shite anyway. Because it's not got Patrick Swayze in it, so.
Well,
That's your review. It's gonna be shite. Don't bother.
0 stars.
Here's some review here. No, look,
Get Chris Hemsworth in it. You know, a wee bit of Thor, that'll be alright. I know.
Moving so, on. Yeah, well, in the last few months, we've only had one 5 out of 5 movie review, which was Beasts of the Southern Wild, which was nominated quite a few times in the Oscars.
Sounds like a bourbon drink.
Yeah. I keep calling it Southern Beasts of the Wild. I don't know why.
It's a different film.
Yeah.
Good 3 chicks in it. Yeah, I've got a copy, man. I'll give it to you.
Nice, thank you. Thank you.
Somebody in it dressed as Robocop.
Lee, you reviewed Beasts of the Southern Wild. What did you think? Why did you give it a 5 out of 5?
I gave it a 5 out of 5 because of
It was good.
yeah, it was good. It was pretty good.
Fair enough.
But I'll just mention that it was nominated for quite a few awards at the Oscars, but I actually kind of agree with it not getting anything at the Oscars because it was a great film, but for all different sort of reasons, if you like. And I think the reason it was so brilliant.
Phone's off, mate.
Yeah, that's outrageous.
It was a Back to the Future kind of.
Wrong film.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
But yeah, it was a good all-rounder as opposed to being spectacular at anything in particular, apart from the soundtrack, which is wonderful, and everyone's so bored of me saying that, but it is the type of soundtrack that brings a tear to the old eye if you're feeling a little bit unstable at that point in time. But I like the story. I think the acting was brilliant. If you want to know what the film's about, read what I wrote rather than just listen.
Is that only because you can't pronounce her name?
Oh yeah, no, I can't pronounce her name. I'm just going to call her Q Wallace. She was wonderful, and you know, probably someone to look for in the next few years. I think she could actually do something quite good. Unlike, well, actually a lot like Nicholas Hoult, about a boy who's in Warm Bodies. Wonderful guy. Ignore Skins, that was a poor point in his career. But yeah, no, I think Miss Wallace could do quite well. But no, it was just uplifting. It's wonderful. It's a disaster movie which doesn't scream disaster. Actually, you have to kind of read into it a little bit, and it's kind of, I don't know. There's something childlike about how you see disaster in this film. So, you know, there's big oryxes that come along, and if you don't know what an oryx is, look it up on Google. But it's all about impending doom and disaster and how you need to sort of overcome your own fear and that sort of thing. And I just think it's a magical film. I think everyone should give it a good watch.
Did it translate well into film? Because apparently it was a one-act play called Juicy and Delicious.
Yes, I haven't...
Easy, Tiger.
I don't know anything about it. I knew there was an adapted screenplay, but I don't know anything about the original. But the film is absolutely stellar.
Excellent.
See, now in the film, I thought that the beasts were called Lorax, and so I was just expecting that wee orange guy with the big moustache, and that would have given it 5 stars for me, man. I'd have been all about that.
That's a woman.
I really enjoyed it as well. It's very indie. Like the way it's shot and everything like that. It's very
Terrence Malick. It's you know, if you like Malick films, so To the Wonder that recently got released, it's exactly the same kind of shot where you're sort of looking in a field or you're looking at a tree for about 5 seconds, but it's so beautifully done. But yeah, I know what you mean.
The soundtrack's good. It's no Jurassic Park, but we're getting there.
Again, I think the Lorax and the Jurassic Park might have changed the film somewhat.
Yeah, the Lorax and John Williams and the Louisiana backdrop. Yeah, you could be on to something, you know. Maybe
pan camera over disaster scene.
I'd have been keen.
Excellent. So that was Beast of the Southern Wild. Check out the review online at rockandreviews.com. The other film that did particularly well in the reviews was
rightly so.
Was the new Tarantino film, Django Unchained. Our man Duncan reviewed that. What did you think, Duncan? You give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Tell us, what did you like about it?
Well, being a large kind of, being large, large and in charge, being a huge fan of Quentin Tarantino for many, many years now, and having gone through his very kind of high highs in terms of what he's put out, and I don't actually think he gets a lot of bad cred for some of the films he's put out as being like
Jackie Brown.
I really like Jackie Brown. It was one Tarantino before. Quick sideline here. So one Tarantino film I didn't like the first time I watched it, but the more I've watched it through time, the more I've gone to appreciate it. I don't know what it is about it, but
If you didn't like it the first time, why are you going back to it?
because
oh yeah, that movie was pish. I'm going to watch it again and force myself to like it.
Sadist.
Critically, it didn't do well commercially, but critically it did very well. And I was always kind of reading critics saying really good things about it and going, I'm missing something here. I clearly am missing something. And through time, through watching it more and more, I've actually... It's his most conventional film, and I think that's what maybe throws a lot of people off, I think. Anyway,
Django.
he's come back from doing Inglourious Bastards, which I thought was a kind of welcome return to form.
Yep.
Especially after Death Proof, which I did like, but I've got several gripes with it being it's most openly the film that he's done, which has been two different genres, but there's a clear divide in the middle of the film where the genres kind of split. Not overly keen on that. He's come back and he's done Django Unchained, which is a project he's been working on for years. Like a lot of Tarantino projects, they've been in the pipeline for a long time. The thing that made this film stand out the most is not even the story, because the story is pretty much kind of your average kind of revenge sort of thing, which he does well. He's very good at revenge films, but Tarantino seems to have this ability of picking actors who... taking actors who are particularly known for a certain style of acting and shoving them in the reverse role, and these actors really shine. Leonardo DiCaprio is phenomenal in this film, and it was never in a million years, if you wanted to a black slave trade plantation owner, I would never have went with Leonardo DiCaprio.
And he never got mentioned at the Oscars.
Well, this is one of the things that the Oscar thing I told you about, the big ones. Anyway, Christoph Waltz is back. Now, he was fantastic in Inglourious Bastards, and he's kind of doing a very similar role again here, right? And it's the Tarantino kind of dialogue thing, you know, these massive monologues, which he does very, very well. Samuel L. Jackson is phenomenal in this film. He plays a role which you would never expect, and he does it wonderful to watch on screen. Jamie Foxx actually is about the only actor in the film which I wasn't overly keen on, and he's the main sort of character. He is Django, but he holds the film well together. Don Johnson, brilliant cameo in it. It's just a really good film. There's a lot of...
Did you say Don Johnson?
Don Johnson as in...
Miami Vice Don Johnson.
Don Johnson, aye.
Sorry, that was my ears pricked up there.
This guy's wetting on about something shite, but he said something I'm interested in now.
The film's got a lot of kind of gratuitous violence in it, which is classic Tarantino. The blood's ridiculous. The slavery scenes in it are actually quite uncomfortable to watch, and I watch a lot of kind of exploitation, horrible, nasty sort of horror films. And don't really, I mean, you're talking to a guy that sat through Audition and didn't blink an eye at all, didn't bother me, but there were some scenes in this involving animals which I wasn't entirely comfortable watching. My only gripe, the only reason it never got a 5 was I think the film was possibly half an hour too long. The whole sequence, without going into details or creating spoilers, there is almost a false ending, and then there's a subsequent half an hour attachment to the film in which Quentin Tarantino makes a cameo with the worst Australian accent ever recorded, ever. And if that had not been in it, I think it would have been the perfect length. I think it would have been the perfect film. If they just adapted, tweaked that kind of false ending, it would have been perfect. That's my only gripe with it. I think Tarantino is one of the kind of few directors now that he's up there with your Spielbergs now. That name sells. People will go and see a Tarantino film just for a Tarantino, without even knowing anything about the story. People will go and see a Tarantino film. I didn't say he was on the same calibre as Steven Spielberg, but he is of that sort of ilk now, directors, Scorsese, you know, these people release films and people will go and see them on the name alone. It's an excellent film. It's well worth watching.
I haven't seen a Tarantino film all the way through.
I feel sorry for you.
Me too.
Did you see Jamie Foxx is going to be Shocker in the new Spider-Man movie?
Yeah, Electro.
Bring it back, Django. Django.
Sorry,
That was related. Jamie Foxx. Jamie
he's
Foxx
not-
is Django. I'm hoping that he's going to wear that pure pimping suit while he's doing it with the mad armband and things and shoot Lee.
See, I didn't fancy Django at all because I don't like Quentin Tarantino. I mean, I like some of the things I have seen. It's not strictly true. I haven't seen the one he did for CSI was good.
Oh yeah.
And What else have I seen? No, I can't be bothered with Reservoir Dogs and all that nonsense. It's just shite.
All that nonsense?
I can't be bothered with all these kind of sort of gangstery style, violent kind of here's my gun, I'm going to pure shoot you if you don't do as you're told kind of nonsense. Fuck it, there's no story to it. And I wasn't going to watch Django Unchained either, because right, I'm black, who are you? You're a German, you're a bounty hunter. Right, he's a hand and eight, get my missus back. No. And then in between a lot of violence and animals getting humped, as you clearly said, you didn't like watching it. So
It wasn't animals getting humped.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's word for word what happened.
Is it?
Here I'm black and I need to get my missus back. Oh, right, cool, I need bother, I'll give you a hand.
See,
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Inglourious Bastards is pretty much just Where Eagles Dare, but with a whole different fucking cast in it who beat Nazis up.
I couldn't
So,
disagree with them more.
No, that's fine. I throw this in for the disagreement. The disagreement's the fun part.
I didn't like Inglourious Bastards. I didn't like it. I liked Kill Bill. I liked Kill Bill. I didn't like Jackie Brown. I didn't really like Inglourious Bastards. I went nowhere near Death Proof. But Django I thought was brilliant. I couldn't fault it at all in any way. Like you said, you felt it was too long. That I didn't have any issues with the length.
Do you
at
not
all.
think, like, see once again without going into spoiler details or anything, there's a kind of captive sequence towards the end, and to me they could have finished it there by, you know, like the whole spoiler alert, the escape sequence, right? Instead of them escaping, you know, instead of them getting carted off, you could have escaped there, went back through, finished the film. I would have been quite satisfied with that. I don't think the bounty hunters taking them away, the prolonged kind of, you know, the capture sequence, the Tarantino bit or anything like that added anything to the film at all. I just thought it was an excuse to get Tarantino in the film as a cameo, and that's my gripe with it.
Possibly, but at the time that I was watching it, I wasn't sitting there watching it thinking, oh, there's no need for this bit. Like, you know, I was there. I was happy to just roll with it, and that was that. I had no issues with the length. I did have issues with the fact that the cinema we watched it in had fucking scratched the print. But as for the film itself, I didn't have any issues with it at all. The soundtrack was fantastic. All the acting was fantastic.
Like cinema was this with a chin projectionist, you know, you don't know how to lace up 35mm. You know,
man. They are about amateurs. Everything, I genuinely, I thought everything about it was fantastic. Oh, actually, that was the same night that they let us in the screen and then started to try and clean around us after they let everyone into a fucking sold out screen.
That's always
morons, man. Anyway, the film itself, I couldn't pick fault with.
Well, I suppose I could give a plus on the basis of what you said about Tarantino picking actors for the part.
I mean, honestly,
Christoph Waltz, I don't know if he deserved an Oscar, but he definitely got put in a better film. I don't know if you've seen the remake of The Three Musketeers that he was in.
I did see him in the Green Hornet.
Shite.
I did see him in the Green Hornet, which was fucking awful.
The Green Hornet is, and I'm going to say this and it might offend me, right? That was worse than the Green Lantern. That is probably 2 hours. I'll put that in the same bin as fucking Mrs. Doubtfire. That was shite. Anyway,
Three Musketeers was directed, I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy who directed Mortal Kombat and Event Horizon.
Paul Anderson.
Paul Anderson, that's the guy.
Horizon?
Like, I mean, come on to fuck, right? You've made Mortal Kombat one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah.
You've made Event Horizon the best movie of all time that doesn't have dinosaurs in it. And then you want to do fucking Three Musketeers? What are you on about, mate? Come on, fuck.
Is Sam Neill in it?
Sam Neill, the bold Sam Neill, who was in Jurassic Park, therefore it links in, so Event Horizon's the best film ever.
No, that's what I mean.
By science.
Is Sam Neill in The Three Musketeers?
No, he's not.
No.
That's no, but there's a really gay Orlando Bloom in it playing the Duke of Buckingham.
Brilliant.
And Mila Jovovich is the lady
Mila Jovovich.
who kicks ass almost like the fifth musketeer or something weird. They just took the story and rewrote it.
Does she run around killing zombies that work for the Umbrella Corporation? No, that's a Resident Evil reference there for all those that don't know.
That's
got your
Three
back, y'all.
Musketeers too.
Is that Three Musketeers too? Aye. The Revenge, Regeneration. I think we can move on.
Yeah, so that was probably our biggest hitters on the website in the last few months. More film reviews coming soon. Next we're going to move on to albums. We have had quite a few 5 out of 5 albums over the last few months, and we've picked 3 we're going to be discussing about, and one album that has got the worst rating on the site this year so far. We're going to start off with one of Mikey's reviews, which was the new album from Soilwork, The Living Infinite, out on Nuclear Blast. It was their 9th album. Hadn't released an album since 2010. What did you think, Mikey? You gave it a 5. What was your...
It was pure good, buy it.
Pure good, buy it.
or not. I was just trying to think back. I've not really had a chance to re-listen to it again before here, but we were talking about this earlier on, and I felt that Soilwork had hit another crest of a sort of definitive sound that they had maybe 10 years ago when they did the name of the album that escapes me. Was it Steel Bath Suicide?
Natural Born Chaos.
Natural Born Chaos. They kind of hit an area there where it was kind of like if they just kept going in that direction, but then they kind of petered off a wee again, and it wasn't until they did
Stabbing the Drama. It's after Figure Number 5. Figure Number 5 is like a really poppy sounding album, and then they did Stabbing the Drama and they got their balls back.
Aye. Because pretty much that's what I'd said in my review. I'm going back to the older albums of what my favourite ones were. It's almost if they've sat back, took a look at the albums and thought, right, where did and I've got some sort of pointy graph chart saying like the lost fans after that album. So if we maybe join those two together, we'll have a fucking mega album. They tried that with Sworn at a Great Divide, and then they lost more fans. But I think this time they've kind of brought it back. Production's really good. It's really heavy. It's really catchy. It's got 20 tracks on it. It's a massive album. It's huge, and it varies. It doesn't start great.
See, I thought like the first 30 seconds of the album, it fucking nailed me to the wall. Like when it kicked in with the blast beats and that's heavy as fuck. That was amazing.
I thought it was too heavy a start for Soilwork.
That's like me.
I know. Maybe 98. But no, I don't know. I just thought the blast beat start was just a bit too much. Maybe track 2 that'd have been quite nice. Maybe 3. I don't know. But overall, I definitely think though it had. Because Natural Born Chaos is my favourite album they've ever done, and this was as close a second as I was going to get. Production was sweet. It was really loud, really epic sounding, and and there was a lot of variety through it. Because I think bands that these Scandinavian bands that do all that, they kind of sound a bit too samey. You're listening, you get bored with it when they get to the end of the album. But no, I really enjoyed it, and I can't. I'm just finding it hard to say good things about it, only because it's the only decent album I've heard this year so far. I know you were looking for top 5s by March, but I haven't managed to pick another band that has really tickled my balls the way this one has. It was really good. Although I've maybe just a bit me started off a bit too. I was like, pick a new fucking album, listen to this.
You know what it is, we were saying earlier on as well, is it what's his name? Is it Dirk Verbruggen or whatever it is, the drummer is an absolute fucking powerhouse, and I get the feeling that he needs to put a blast beat like right at this. He really does kind of. He's such a there's bits when you listen to certain Soilwork songs. You've got a riff which you wouldn't necessarily need a blast beat, and then you get this ridiculously fast blast that comes out of nowhere. And I mean, it gives it a really good dynamic. I think they're better for having him in the band because they had a bit of kind of turbulent history with drummers in the past. Consistency of drummers, and since I've got him in, their music's certainly been more entertaining. I think the first album he played on was Stabbing the Drama. And he was more like you're talking about the blast beats right at the very start. You listen to that album, the blast beats don't come until later on in the album. The first couple of songs are more kind of standard Soilwork.
Well, I've got a theory about this album because the blast beats don't last towards the end; it slows down towards the end. So I think they've got a big key in his back, and he's just walked towards drum kit, and then to the end of the album, it's kind of like 4/4 swing type time.
Putting more Duracells in them.
The thing I like about Soilwork is one of the reasons it's not. I think it's a solid album, but. After seeing them live, the vocalist is phenomenal on CD. He's got a really good voice, really good clean singing voice. Tonal screams are brilliant as well. Live, I was disappointed when I saw him. I thought his vocals were a bit... but I think his voice as well on this album makes it... He's got really cool melodies that I like. And you get a lot of kind of chaos in the background, blast beats and guitars and all the rest. And his voice cuts right through that and they give you a memorable melody. My issue is, and it's the issue I have with Soilwork from their start. They never seem to get the synth balance right. That might be because I'm a synth player, but when synth's not a real instrument, you're not a musician. So, if you listen to their earlier stuff, there's very little synth. Steel Bath Suicide, example of that. Chainsaw Heart, I think it's
Machine.
Chainsaw Machine.
Chainsaw Heart Machine.
Yeah. There's next to no synths on that as well. Natural Born Chaos, figure number 5, the synths become more prominent. Figure number 5 becomes too poppy sounding. Then you go to Stabbing the Drama, synths are drawn back a wee bit more. So on to a Great Divide, they're starting to come back. This album, there's not enough of it, I think, overcompensates with really, really kind of heavy technical guitars in terms of speed and drums, and it could have done with more synths. That's my favourite.
See, like Soilwork have never released an album that I don't like, but they've never released an album that's made me like piss blood either.
Yeah.
They're just one of those bands that are just alright, and they're just consistently.
You've not listened to Bunny the Bear then? We're pissing blood for a week after that.
They're consistently alright, and like I don't know, the album, like to me it sounds essentially like Dark Tranquillity if Devin Townsend did vocals. And that's cool, but after a while the novelty of that kind of wears off from me a bit, and it's just kind of, and especially with like 20 odd tracks on the album.
That was my problem, but it was far too long for me, like 20 tracks.
Fucking hell, guys, there's only so much ironing I can do. Holy fuck.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, I don't know, it depends if you
I thought it was alright. I prefer their older stuff. I love like Steel Bath Suicide. Found this album a wee bit too long. I wasn't a fan of the production though. I found it a wee bit too nice. It was a wee bit flat for me. I didn't feel like anything really stood out. The drums were, I enjoy that guy's drumming. I thought he was great when he played with Aborted and Scarve and all that. He's a really good drummer. And I enjoy it, but I didn't feel that the drums really stood out enough for me because of the production. I just felt it was all too kind of flat for me.
See, I think a lot of the like Scandinavian bands have that type of production. It's, you know, like if you listen to In Flames or if you listen to Dark Tranquillity or anyone like that, or like, you know, the last few Soilwork albums as well, it's always it's really precise and it's really kind of clean sounding.
The Tue Madston sound. Because he pretty much produces everything.
And it's just it kind of sounds a bit false. Like it's too tight for me. Maybe that's just because I'm a really sloppy musician, but it's
no, but that's a fair comment though, because you know you don't want it too computerised, you know, when everything's perfect.
It sounds quite digital.
It definitely.
In Flames are bad for that. You know, they sound absolutely bad. Dark Tranquillity as well, I would say. So Nemec can sometimes be.
Good case in point. Later Nemec, not so much early Nemec.
The early Nemec's pretty raw, like you know.
But the later Nemec, the guitar starts to sound almost as if it is a computer.
Which is a shame because then you kind of lose that. The earthiness, that kind of, you know, that natural.
Well, ultimately, the band's genre is melodic death metal, and when you think about death metal, just in terms of what death metal actually is, you don't get that ridiculous pre-processed sort of guitar sound. But it seems to be that the technology's there now, bands are utilising it, and it can work one of two ways, and unfortunately I feel very much like yourself, sometimes you're listening to it, you're like, it sounds just a wee bit too computerised, and they're not Fear Factory, so they don't need that. You know what I mean?
Like, I couldn't imagine Soilwork playing this live. Like, I'm sure they do, and I'm sure they are like really spot on and tight with it when they do it, but listening to the album, I couldn't visualise what it'd be like live.
Well, it wouldn't have been the Cat House, that's for sure. It'd have to be in a huge venue, and they'd have to have a team of engineers. Because there's that, you're saying melodic death metal, but there's a fine line there with Soilwork before they tip over into progressive metal. Before they start sounding like Evergrey, you know. I think there's maybe a blast beat or two missing, and then you've just swung the other way. Because the melodic sound is a lot more in this album than any other one, I think.
His vocals are spot on, like on this album. Like, really are.
That's what I say. He's really, really good vocals.
But I didn't notice the length issue of the album on the basis that I was just listening to it over and over. I wasn't sitting down and listening to it to say, right, sorry, what fucking impressed me. I just had it on. It was really cool. Well, there was a moment there because there's a big ambient section towards the end of it, and that's quite nice. It kind of gives you a break from all the heaviness. Sorry, I'm eating a pie.
So that's Soilwork. It's out now on Nuclear Blast, The Living Infinite. Check that one out. The next 5 out of 5 we've got here, was a Graham review. It was the new album from Hatebreed,
Must be shite.
The Divinity of Purpose. Also on Nuclear Blast, actually. Album number 7. Again, a wee bit of a gap since our last album, 2009. Graham, I'm scared to even ask. What did you think of the new Hatebreed album?
Stunning, mate. Stunning.
Stunning.
I love Hatebreed. Absolutely do love Hatebreed, but the quality of the last few albums kind of dipped. Supremacy was alright. Wasn't amazing. It was alright. For the Lions was the cover album. Was a bit weird. I was sick of it all covered on it, so it's not all bad. But it was a bit weird. The self-titled one wasn't great. They kind of couldn't quite decide whether they wanted to be a hardcore band or a metalcore band or a metal band or whatever it was, and they just kind of sounded a bit generic doing it. But Divinity of Purpose, I can't say that. Divinity of Purpose. I would put up there with Perseverance.
Yeah.
It's just stunning. It's brutal, and it's not the same throughout, which is very un-Hatebreed. It's usually like this album's riff. Deal with it. You're getting it for an hour. But I had everything about it. I just thought it was spot on. Yeah. I was wanting to go out and fight folk, and that's what you want.
Yeah. Yep, I'd agree actually. I really enjoyed it as well. I thought it was a really good album, and I'd agree with you actually. It's probably up there with Perseverance for me as well.
Perseverance was a great album. It's my
Well,
favourite album.
if you've been away from the band for a wee while, and that's the kind of benchmark for their albums, this one's definitely worth
I would
going
say
back
though
to.
that this album, the new album, the Divinity of Purpose, I can't say.
The new album.
It's shown a bit of maturity though in the well, not necessarily the writing, but where they've approached it from, because it hit number 20 in the Billboard on its release, which they've never done before.
Yeah.
So, Perseverance wouldn't have even been looked at by anybody because it was very much underground. On the
It's a new label as well.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
So there is a maturity about it.
Yeah.
The songs are still the same, you know. There's a samey thing about Hatebreed, but you're either into that or you're not.
There's only so many times you can shout "This is for the kids."
Yeah.
Before
I won't be
it's-
heard,
before it's kind of like, right, Monty Fuck, man. I was a kid when you released Perseverance. I've grown up a wee bit by now. Monty Fuck, keep up, right? Yeah,
This is for the geriatrics.
I always love getting new Hatebreed albums and trying to figure out the misheard lyrics. On Rise of Brutality, there's a song that sounds like he's saying "Another day I have a vagina," and on this one I've got no idea what he's actually saying, but it sounds like he's shouting "No foreskins ever." So I'm pretty sure Hatebreed are going down the Life of Agony route of having a transsexual singer. So
I wouldn't limit that just to Hatebreed. There's a lot of metal bands that I do with Born of Osiris, because I'm pretty sure there's a bit where he's shouting in their new album something about anal. It sounds hilarious when you say it in your own head. Don't shout it out loud. They can't listen to it, you know. People just alright. Kind of German car shouting anal.
my favourite one is a band called Only Living Witness. One of their songs that sounds for all the world. Like I don't care what the lyrics book says. He's saying "No mince pies, mine eyes." That is what he's saying. It's fucking brilliant, man. I love it. Best lyrics ever, man. He's a genius.
No, I'm going for best. You would have to go with. God, I can't remember the name of the band now. They're sort of metal, sort of.
Oh, those guys.
Sort of Jamaican ska.
Skindred.
That's the one. That's the band I was looking for there.
I was like, my brains.
There's a song. One of their songs is a really popular single. Everybody knows it, but I'm convinced that the line is "Sausage is a job for a man to grow," of which it would be quite a job for anybody to grow, regardless of whether it was sausage or any meat group. But I'm pretty sure that's what he's saying. And I ask you to listen to that song and not think of sausage as a job for a man to grow when you hear it. Sorry, taking that away from Hatebreed there.
Yeah, that's the new album from Hatebreed. That's also out on Nuclear Blast at the moment. Next 5 out of 5 I've got was a Duncan review, and it was the new album from For the Imperium called Hail the Monsters. 5 out of 5. It was out on Graphite Records again, a change of label this time for the Imperium. But Duncan, you reviewed their last album as well last year, so this was a kind of follow up for you to kind of compare how they sound now to how they were last year. What did you think of Hail the Monsters?
If I had known kind of any better, I would have assumed that the band had read my review for the previous album, sat there and went, yeah, this Scottish guy here is mentioning some interesting points here. We're going to listen to them, we're going to add them to the new album, because honestly, all the gripes I had with the previous album, their self-titled album, I mean, I think I got 4.5, possibly a 4.
It was a 4, I think.
And there was a couple of things that, mostly in the previous album, there was a couple of songs where the singer just sounded like his vocals have a particular style, and they mix so many styles in, not necessarily in one song, but they're very much a band where, you know, this is like a kind of tech metal song, this one's a kind of 80s rock song, this one's, you know, that sort of thing through it. And for some reason, it's the noise of a man eating a cupcake. It's almost as if they chose quite a lot of styles. They couldn't really decide what they wanted to sound like. Done loads of styles on the previous album, but they have a main issue, and the main issue was the vocalist didn't always sound right on all of them. They've come back with I want to say a completely new sound. It is almost like a new sound they've come back with. There's more electronics now. I can't even remember any electronics on the previous album. There's a particular kind of strange vibe going on with the album. Production's infinitely better. Vocally, which I know is going to create a bit of contention with Graham here. Vocally, it's perfect for this album. Absolutely perfect for this album. Wrong! Now, I'll tell you why it's perfect for this album, because the band themselves are heavily influenced by Protest the Hero and Sixth. And if you listen to Protest the Hero and Sixth, they have a particular high-pitched kind of singing voice, which is almost duplicated here. The only thing that they do differently is their vocalist seems to have that very Scandinavian gruff tone, which I wasn't aware of on the previous album, but they're utilising it more on this album. Production is excellent. The songs are really varied, which you would expect from For the Imperium. They cover another massive amount of styles. The guitar playing is ridiculous. It's proper kind of Protest the Hero techie stuff on guitar. But they just throw it in places you wouldn't expect. Over verse riffs where you've got like a main kind of chung chung sort of kind of riff, and in the background the second guitarist is fucking rattling through scales at some speed which is, you know, not even measurable.
It's that Coheed and Cambria kind of.
But the thing is, there is a Coheed and Cambria influence. I don't think they list him as it, but vocally I think he sounds very much like
Claudio, what's his?
Aye. That's it. We can never remember. We always get stuck on this.
Big hair.
Yeah.
Big hair. Claudio, big hair.
Afro Man. So
fucking hell! Imagine getting Afro Man on this album. That's amazing.
Was it cause I got high? Like I say, there was a few gripes I had with the previous album. Coming into this album, it looks like they've fixed them, tweaked them. There was absolutely no way I couldn't give it a 5, because in the previous review I'd said, fix these things and you'll get a 5. They fixed them, they get a 5. It's a brilliant album. If you like kind of mathcore stuff, the thing is it's not particularly zoned into one genre. So if you like kind of mathcore stuff, kind of progressive tech metal stuff, then For the Imperium should be on your radar, and if they're not at the moment, then you need to rectify that.
Rectify that, Graham.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
But yours is
Everyone
wrong.
likes things, but I'm pretty much of the opinion that if you like this album, you're a child molester. I don't know, man. Like, it started off, I couldn't get through the first track. Like, I tried listening to it, and I was like, no, this is shite. Off.
I'm wrong with your CD.
And then for the podcast, I made sure I listened to it again. I can hear like a Faith No More influence. I can hear Protest the Hero. I can hear.
Don't be throwing Faith No More out there. Just fucking
No,
willy-nilly.
I fucking love
Faith No More, the best band of all ever.
There's a Faith No More influence, but
Okay,
they've taken all the good stuff that Faith No More's done, and then they've
Ruined
they've just forgotten about that and taken in all the.
Well, I've not heard this album. I'm not fucking standing for that.
The guy's vocals, oh Jesus, fuck off, right? I just, nah. When you feel
Use your words, Graham. Tell us what you're thinking.
Cunt! I told you, there's a second one just for the podcast.
I said in the review that I wrote a wee while back, I genuinely don't like not enjoying new music. Like, when I get to that was a really wordy way of saying that.
You really don't enjoy not liking new music, yeah? Okay.
Here's all these double negatives, figure it out.
Here lies Graham. He really does not enjoy not being alive.
pretty much.
Sorry, I put you on the
But what was I saying? Fuck these guys, I think that was
that's pretty much right.
No,
It wasn't 4-4.
I pretty much, it wasn't Cold Chamber riffs, it wasn't 4-4. Fuck off. Right? Why is he not wearing a Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirt and rapping? Fuck this shit. Whenever I get something through and I don't like it, I kind of feel a bit guilty. Like, you know, like I used to hate, obviously, when you would release something and then you would put it out there and people give you shit reviews for it or anything like that. So I know that it sucks, but I couldn't get into it, man. Just not at all. There's loads of like me fucking like laser sounds on the guitar and like fucking Dragon Force stuff. What the fuck?
Dragon Force.
Exactly. Why are you playing this on tooth floss? Just like get a fucking guitar and just start playing the riff to local, right? That's all anyone wants. And by anyone I mean me. Why are you not a new metal band? That's essentially my argument. Why are you not playing new metal? Why did you not come out on Roadrunner in 1992 and call yourselves Madball? That's essentially my point.
What did you do, Duncan? What did you do?
Dave liked the album.
What does he know? He's got Oreo shaped chairs.
Back me up, big man.
Hey, well,
Don't turn on me. Graham makes a compelling argument. Like, Cold Chamber, tooth floss, all that stuff. Double negatives, deal with it.
I'm going to agree with you and disagree with you.
Ooh, controversial.
Sitting on the bench, man.
It's not really.
I liked it. I did like the album.
Get off the fence.
But I preferred the album before.
What?
Yep.
But
Any
you suggested
any particular reason why you like the album?
you suggested
Just
the
to fuck with
improvements.
That's it.
And they've never liked what you did before, you know.
They listen to me. They listen to me. I never asked them for sins. Never asked them for sins.
I thought overall I think it was the first album, was the last
Yeah,
one,
it was.
was a stronger album overall. There was a few tracks on this new album that I did not like at all.
It wouldn't be the Eurodance song towards the end, would
Yes,
it?
that was
I
one
knew
of
that
them.
was going to come up.
I didn't like. I think it was track 4.
Good tune, mate.
Track 4, which has a proper like kind of industrial sort of industrial feel.
Too repetitive.
Yeah.
Track 5, I found his vocals slightly cringeworthy at points in track 5. Or shite, as a good way to put it.
I'm going to have to listen to this album.
The track they did in their own tongue, was it? They're from Finland, aren't they?
The Finnish band.
Did not enjoy that.
I don't understand. That's a one track. It's a one track. In my review, I think I go as far as to say it's a one track where I'm like, you know, they're covering quite a lot of styles, but you know, they do. It's almost like a kind of 80s kind of hair metal sort of track. And his vocals and that, and he's singing in Finnish, right, with those vocals, and I was just like, oh, maybe a wee step too. And ironically, that's not the step. Well, that is a step too far compared to the following track, which is like Eurodance. And you listen to that, and for some reason it works, but the previous one, not so much. So
Does it work?
yeah, I think so. I love it. I've listened to it multiple times. There is a kind of industrial. You see in that fourth song, there is a kind of industrial feel to it, and I like that sort of stuff. I love Protest the Hero. I love Sixth. I love Coheed and Cambria. I love industrial music. That ticks boxes.
I like them as a band, and I think there are many bands out there that throw in multiple genres, and it just sounds like a pile of shite. But and I think Fallen Imperium are one of these bands that actually do it quite well, like all the different genres that they throw in. I just felt there was a few 4 tracks in particular that I just
Couldn't get behind.
Aye. And for that reason, I'd still prefer the previous album. I think it was self-titled. The previous
album. self-titled album.
But yeah, so that was that's a few of our 5 out of 5s. We did to Cult of Luna as well, which was a 5. But we couldn't possibly talk about that because it would literally take up the whole of the podcast. Just Duncan talking about Cult of Luna.
Oh my god!
So we will move on to the review.
So unified. I think a unified theory here. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with this.
I don't think so.
Even I listened to this and thought it was questionable.
Dreadful.
Questionable. That's probably the latest word that will get used in the next 10 minutes.
C-bombs expected.
This was the new and last, thank fuck, album from OTEP. It was called Hydra. out on Victory Records. It was their 6th album. They've had other EPs and live albums and stuff, but this was their 6th kind of full length. Graham, you reviewed it. You can start us off.
See if I took that mic that's there,
Yeah.
shoved it up my ass, right, and then shat over it, be better. This was a fucking like abortion of an album. This was Jesus Christ. The thing that's really annoying is it starts off alright. Right, they start. It's not great, but it's like, you know, chunky new metal riffs, 4/4 timing. There we go.
Yeah.
Her kind of like screaming and everything. Like, yeah, all right, okay, cool. I'm into this, and then boom, square in the balls. Here's the worst album you've ever heard. Fucking suck on that, yeah. It's just like, what? Like, why would you? What's good about getting fucking random electronic feedback and? Fuck off, right? There's some fucking guy with a webcam filming himself with animals. Who gives a fuck? Right? Write a fucking song with decent fucking lyrics, not fucking based on your own graphic novel, you pretentious bell end. Fuck off. And oh fucking hell. Right, the last track in the album is what, like 16 minutes long. The song itself is like 4 minutes long. And you've got all this empty space. You're expecting this last wee nugget of shite, but she just screams for a second. Done. Fuck off. Give me those fucking 14 minutes back, you prick. What the fuck is that? It's good, man. Loved it, man. It's great. The artwork's cool. The artwork's pretty badass.
I've never had a problem with that though.
Well, the artwork's always been cool.
Artwork's always been cool. She talks a really good game. See if you listen to her in an interview.
She does.
She fucking does. I swear to God, you listen to any interview with her and you think, you know what, she's quite intelligent.
See that?
Use all these big words. And then
I
you hear
know,
her.
fuck that.
Exactly.
That's
Then
the
you hear
thing.
her and then fuck off.
See that fucking press release that I got through with that? That's
It's
like
pretentious as fuck.
this is what the concept is. It's just big words thrown together that doesn't
Yes.
actually mean anything. Fuck off.
She's
And I quote, Hydra is not easy listening.
No, it's
and
not.
even fans of Otep's hardest hitting metal tracks may feel their blood turn cold as the narrative turns darker and darker, plunging into graphic torture and nightmarish abuse.
yeah, that's music. Honestly, I didn't listen to it till, and I had it for a wee while, and I didn't listen to it till after your review, which I still read every second day to put a smile on my face. Honestly, fucking great review. Check it out, rockandreelreviews.com. But yeah, there's just something just utterly.
Cack.
It's such a time waste of a. I think it really is.
Every track is the exact same. It's just her fucking whispering over fucking electronic noise, and then every now and again she'll scream, and then it goes back to whispering over electronic noise. Like, I said this in the review, but I need to re-stress it, right? I was actually listening to it on my speakers, and my housemate came in. I had to fucking put it in my headphones and keep assuring her that, by the way, I don't actually like this, I'm just doing a review of it. Fucking she kept looking at me like, what the fuck are you listening to, mate? And like, she's had me listen to like fucking she walked in one time, I was listening to Anal Cunt, right? And I was fine with that, but I'm listening to this fucking Otep album. I was like, I'll just mute that. I'll just put my headphones in so I don't know. Fucking terrible, man.
The sort of band that like looking back over their history, I mean, they were basically picked up by Sharon Osbourne as an Ozfest band.
Yeah.
They were only together 6 months before they had their record contract. That first EP they brought in, I remember you giving me it. That first EP is brilliant.
Sevis.
The actual EP, not the album.
Yeah.
The EP is fucking brilliant because it's almost like it's like Soulfly kind of roots era tribal drumming, drop tuned fucking new metal guitars, and her doing the Tari B vocal thing over the top of it,
What's
and
Not
it's
to Love?
fucking perfect. And then they went away and did the album, and then they re-released the songs from that, and all the really cool points that were in those songs were stripped out. It was made sound such a fucking bland sounding thing, and everything they've done since then has just progressively went further down. She had just released that EP, done the Ozfest, and she could have went off and wrote books and done whatever she fucking wanted with a strange sort of vegan lesbian sort of fucking attitude that she has. Let her do that sort of shit, but like you say, thank God she said no more Otep albums, but that doesn't mean no more music, and I think people should be aware that she might do something else.
This is
fucking bin it.
Public service announcement. There may be more music.
There may be, I'm telling you.
So,
and it's essentially a
just be
solo.
cautious.
That Otep is, she's the only member that's been throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. That's why they've been consistently shite.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's because it's named after her, isn't it?
Aye, yeah.
That's not a real name.
Alright, so
Our name's
Richard.
apparently is Otep Shalama Hama Hama Lama Lama
Bing
Lama. Possibly not that in the song. Probably something shorter, but I can't say it. Anyway.
Pish.
So,
I can't encourage people enough though.
Shamaya.
Rock and Real Reviews.com. Check out the review. Honestly, if you don't laugh, then you have no soul.
Because you guys pre-warned me before I got it, and I was like, right, okay, well, I'm not expecting this to be great, but I'll go in, I'll give it a bash. I like some questionable music, so we'll go in, and it kicks in with that opening track, which is alright, and then like the first proper new metal song, and then it's just like, fuck it. Imagine getting a sledgehammer, like the like chunky bit that's shoved up your ass. That's essentially the same feeling that I got for listening to this album, man. Pish.
Hey.
Aye, no, we've all done it, right? Don't judge.
Oh no, I was just going to say, because when he sent his email through saying we had to have a listen to it, I never got a chance to listen to it when the album came through.
Oh, right, sorry.
Originally, because somebody said the new Otep's album out, and I thought, I used to quite like Otep, maybe I'd be up for it, but I never got round to it. I don't know what happened, I'm sort of lost in the
I took the bullet
ether
for
there.
you, mate.
Yeah, well, cheers for that, because the other night when I was setting up the computers in the studio, Laura actually shouted through me, she said, you got that new Otep album? And I just got it off of you, and I thought, right, let's stick it on. And then there's that fucking first song that comes on, it's called Feral, where it's just her whispering or something, and then it just kicks in about, she's shouting something about we are animals, or we are still animals, and I just heard Laura in the bathroom, she was running a bath over the top of the noise of the bath water running. Oh, for fuck's sake. And Laura's not one for mixing her word. Well, she normally puts it quite positive in most senses, but I never got as far past track 5.
I gave it a generous mark. I gave it 0.5 out of 5
Wow.
for the album artwork.
That
So
alone?
I could have discounted that and just given it a negative 5, which I was considering for a while. But
Which one we first for the website?
well, it's currently tied with Bonnie and the Bear, I think.
The
that was-
lowest score
in
ever.
this moment, is that no? Or was that 1?
In this moment,
I think
was
Ricky did that one.
1.
Yeah, I gave it a 1,
Oh, was that
and
one?
again it was for the artwork. Yeah, the artwork was quite cool, but that was an
That's
album.
another fucking hovel of an album.
Yeah.
It's like
That
really
was a
fucking
spoon
bad.
gouging your eyes and ears out. Oh, it was awful.
Yeah. So, check that one out if you really want to.
No, I don't. Right, I take the bullet for you. Right, don't do it.
Okay, don't check it out. Do not check it out. Read the review though.
Hilarious.
So that was a little roundup of albums that we've been reviewing over the last few months. Last year we did a few podcasts and we waited till pretty much right till the end to start talking about our top 5s. Although we didn't divulge the top 5s on the podcast, we did put it on the website at the end. So this year I thought we would talk about top 5s a bit more often, so decided to talk about our top 5s as they are right now, and then on each podcast we'll see if they've changed any since the last one, and plus it gives people that are listening a chance to check out the albums that are currently our top 5. So briefly, what is your top 5 currently in March? Albums. If you have a top 5 in movies, then go for that as well. If not, then just pass to the next
Just
person.
knock on the table.
Yes,
No.
knock on the table. Okay. Anyone want to particularly start us off in top 5s?
I'll kick off if you want.
Go on, yourself. Go on.
What a surprise!
Are we doing this 1 through to 5 or 5 through to 1?
It doesn't have to be in order.
Alright, well, the mines are in order.
Oh, they are.
Oh, well, I'll do mines
Oh, right.
5 through to 1, right?
Go on then.
At the moment, I reckon this one's probably going to climb up over the next couple of months because I've really not had it that long and I've only listened to it like 3 times. It's a new Clutch album, Earth Rocker. Huge fan of Clutch, love Clutch. This is a return to the sound that they had on Blast Tyrant, which is arguably probably one of their best albums. This is it's got the kind of bluesy feel that's come since then, but in terms of like the belters, proper belting tracks, this one's the one that's going to deliver. It's fucking brilliant. Clutch can do no wrong in my eyes, but this album's fucking brilliant.
I kind of fell out of touch with Clutch for a while. Like, it's well, not like personally. It's just like, oh, sorry, Neil, I lost your number. But is it, did Pure Rock Fury or Elephant Riders come first?
Elephant Raiders, and then it was Pure Rock Fury.
Pure Rock
and
Fury was
then
the last album that I really got into by Clutch.
It's a brilliant album as well.
It is a fucking corker of an album. Yeah, I just used the word cocker.
Yeah,
Last time it was the one after Pure Rock Fury. It's a more kind of commercial sounding Pure Rock Fury.
Is there a Clutch album out last year?
No, it's 2-3 years ago possibly. Strange Cousins of the West.
I must be mistaking Clutch for somebody else.
The company band.
The company band's a side project he has with guys from Fu Manchu, CKY and Monster Magnet, I think it is. And they had...
That's a pretty stunning collection of bands.
I swear to God, have you not heard the EP?
No,
I'll fire it along to you. I've got an EP and an album, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
but
I like it.
Neil Fallon's vocals, you know what, I think Neil Fallon uses really bizarre sort of lyrics. His lyrics are always kind of a wee bit out there, but his vocals are fucking amazing. If ever there was a man meant to sing rock music, that's the man. He's got the right tone and everything. At number 4, we've already spoken about it in great deals, so I'm not going to go into it too much, but For the Imperium, Hail the Monsters. Number 3, which we've also talked about great deals, so we'll try and bring that back, is Hatebreed with Divinity of Purpose. And number 3,
No Pish.
Number 2, Kong Soul Creation. Kong, oh dear, honestly. Something about this kind of I'm gonna go out there and say new wave of Scandinavian doom sludge just now, which is just fucking awesome.
And he said just call it Sloom.
Sloom. That's right. New wave of Sloom.
Yeah. Or Dudge.
Or Dudge.
Dudge.
Sloom's got a nice pissed feel.
Yeah, it does that, yeah.
Essentially, Kong sound like a lot of bands that are now kind of the Mastodon influence is now being felt. I think. Mastodon have now become such a scale of a band that there's loads of bands coming out, and it's funny, they're in two camps. One of them are, you know, the kind of new kind of rock sound that they've got on I can't remember the name of the last album, but things like Crack the Sky and stuff like that. They're going for that one, The Hunter, sorry. And then the other camp are people that are going for the kind of remission sound and stuff. Kong are on the remission side of things, and it's just fucking pummelingly heavy. It's just so pummelingly heavy. Pummelingly heavy. It's fucking brutal as fuck. But there's a lot of melody in there. There's a lot of clean sections of guitars. It's a proper odyssey. I think there's only 4 songs on it. It's about 40-50 minutes long. It's excellent. Really need to check it out. No surprise. Number 1, Cult of Luna with their album Vertical. What can I say? It sounds like Deftones. Deftones sounding guitars meets...
I see where you're coming from.
Meets Meshuggah styled vocals with tons of fucking 1920s to 1980s sci-fi soundtracks in the background. There's bits that sound like Escape from New York, there's bits that sound like fucking The Thing. There's, you know, in the background, the electronics. It's just a stunning concept album, and that came in January, and I'm still listening to it at least once or twice a week.
What is the concept?
It's based on a 1920s German film. Is it I always get it wrong. Metropolis, possibly? It's based on that, essentially, the takeover of machines over man, but not in a Fear Factory sort of way, where, you know... There's just something really... The album...
That's every Fear Factory song ever.
There's just a huge sound on the production, and I don't know what it is about it that it's just a really captivating album. The guitars aren't necessarily heavy on it, but it's a fucking crushing album. There's some quieter moments on it. There's some melody on the album. When the melody comes through, it really cuts through it, but the sci-fi feeling, it's fucking wicked. You know, really, really cool, and I can't get enough of it. And like I say, we're like maybe 2 months on from me first hearing it now and reviewing it, and I still listen to it like twice a week. It's fucking phenomenal. So there you go, my top 5.
Thank you, Duncan.
Well, I had the idea of going back over the albums that I've reviewed through the year by searching my name. Who thought? Yeah, so I think I know the albums that there's not been that many for me so far, actually. So what I'll do is, in no particular order, I'm just going to give you 5 albums that have been of a particular tingliness in the nether regions for me this year. One of them is Odessa, Carry the Weight.
Yep.
I pretty much just said they outclass Parkway Drive in every way. If you like that style of music, Odessa is probably one. I gave them a 4 out of 5 right enough. It was only because the production was a bit meh, but the album's really, really good. So that's one album to look out for. Obviously, I've already covered Soilwork.
Yep.
It's my top so far. It's well worth a listen, but we'll not go into that one. The Amiga Experiment was another one I listened to this year. I gave it a 4 as well. It's really heavy, really chunky, and it's a no story, go listen to something else kind of a album. It's a concept album. It's really cool, actually. It's really hard to explain what it is, but it's very prog, very gent. You'd hate it.
Probably, yeah. This isn't in 4/4. Can he cope with it?
Oh no, there's 16s and everything in this one.
Fuck that, man.
Oh. But that's
Think they're better than me, do they?
Dicks. That was a really good one as well. So if you're into that sort of thing, that's sort of the genty prog side of stuff.
Jog.
Another one called System Annihilated by Führer.
Oh yeah.
I do challenge you not to bang your head to this one when you listen to it. I gave it a 4 out of 5.
4/4?
Yeah.
It's
thrash, just fucking straight in about it kind of music. And that was pretty much, there was Hell or High Water, Begin Again, which is your that shite you and Baz like, that sort of doomy, sludgy thing.
It likes it as well. This man likes the occasional sludge album.
Well,
You're a monkey, I'm into.
He's into monkeys apparently. So, I'm wrong. So Hell or High Water's kind of your Alter Bridge, Avenged Sevenfold, Fallout Boy kind of.
Alright, that's also
kind of stuff.
Like,
so quite doomy, quite sludgy then.
Yeah, in certain parts, you know, like Drop D kind of thing. You know, so that would be at the top. That would be at the lower end of my 5 if I was really forced to do it. Soil Work at the other end and Führer in the middle.
Cool. So any particular films? Could you make a 5 films?
5 films. Well,
I really 5 films.
Yeah, I mean,
right now.
Yeah, no. I was responsible for a couple of Andrex adverts. That's where it started in my early days. But I was also responsible for the Money Pit, which everybody likes. The bath through a hole in the floor. I mean, who doesn't find that fun? Films, I really rated Argo. It was really, really good. I really rated Flight. You know, it's alright to set. Yeah, well, depends what you were doing during the film, right?
If you're watching it.
Watching it was like.
Yeah, if we weren't watching it, it was pretty spectacular.
But if you're on a plane watching it, that'd be exciting.
Yeah, especially
the first 20 minutes.
Yeah. Although in saying that, the first 20 minutes would have been quite good. Have they infused it with that Burning Bunny section from Family Guy? That'd have been quite cool. Anyway, the Flight's worth a watch if you could. I would say it's for the older fraternity rather than the younger ones, because when it starts getting into all the addiction side of thing, you know, that's when it gets a bit psychological and a bit.
Are you suggesting that
younger
people can't deal with the psychological side of things?
The insinuation has now been apparent because you made it vocal, and now we're going to have to try and. If I was going to be subtle, I would say it's for old cunts, no young folk. But if you like Denzel, watch it. You know, who doesn't like Denzel?
Everyone
ever since the days of Virtuosity, you know, I knew he was onto big things. Other films, I'm trying to see if I watched sort of Paranorman and Frankenweenie, which I know.
Frankenweenie was fantastic.
Yeah, I think I preferred. Frankenweenie was quite sad in a lot of ways, and it was bastardised a little bit of the classic Mary Shelley novel, as far as I'm concerned. They changed a few bits of it, and it got a bit silly towards the end. But
the giant turtle.
The
Godzilla turtle, man. I was nearly greeting. I was so happy.
Now that
I was like, man, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Sitting in the cinema, just
see when I was sitting watching that scene, there was inside my brain thinking,
Graham Obsess.
I can't. Well, see, I didn't know that at the point. It's only meeting you now that I could go back to that time, watching that, and go, dude, I totally know somebody will love that. So. Yeah, it gives me purpose then, but I can't change the time. Unfortunately. Paranormal I really enjoyed though.
See that bit when the zombie bites the back of the door?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that's quite possibly the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Absolutely howling.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. So there's been a lot of cartoons this year. Flight, Argo.
Flight wasn't
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
I reviewed Lincoln, that was good to a certain extent. If you're stupid, don't watch it.
If you don't like American history, don't watch it.
Yeah, if you don't know anything about English or understanding people speaking, don't watch it either. If you're like Tommy Lee Jones out with Batman, don't watch it.
Now that he's my pet turtle, I'm alright with
well, that's fine. Yes, he's got a quirky kind of I don't know, kind of Scrooge McDuck kind of feel about him in that character. I thought it was really good. That's probably about it, you know, because all my films aren't out yet this year. If you were to, you know, the ones that are coming out this
Top
year,
five
that are
of the
important.
future.
Yeah, you know,
That's what you want to do.
ask me this in December when Iron Man and all that's been out, and there'll be semen everywhere.
Okay.
That's probably one to miss, maybe, you know.
I'll miss that one.
Yeah, that's
This podcast will be sponsored by Vileda Supermalt. For all your semen needs. I don't know, but hopefully.
Yeah, showing your age now.
Hopefully.
If you're shaking backwards, what you'll be telling me next.
Not on wood. I
thought we were talking about wood, that was all. No, it doesn't. Brum.
We're descending into male conversation.
Yeah. So bring us back.
Anyone else?
Hatebreed.
Hatebreed, yep.
Number 1. Brilliant.
Hatebreed number 2.
I was really surprised at how much I liked the new Your Demise EP.
Oh yeah, yes.
That last album was gayer than Elton John and Michael Barrymore shagging, but this new EP is fantastic. It's absolutely brilliant. Definitely, it's a very kind of VOD at points, like really kind of groovy, and it's not been mastered particularly well. I don't think it's kind of it sounds a wee bit thin at times, but the actual song quality is superb. Love it.
Yeah.
Still never going to see them live because the crowd would be horrific, but
A really good live actually.
aye, no, that EP was fantastic, and it's got a Pope ape on the front. What more could you want? Let's be honest.
Oh, that's much better.
You're right.
Yeah, it's cool.
Blood Tsunami for Fane.
Oh yeah.
That was fantastic. I knew nothing about that band until you sent that through. Real kind of old school thrash. Like you can hear a definite kind of Slayer influence, but there's some At the Gates, Creator, kind of a bit like there's a bit of an Annihilator vibe going on in there as well. Brilliant, absolutely loved it. It's fast, it's stupid, it's you know, the songs are never more than about 2.5 minutes long. It's brilliant, absolutely love it. Mongoloids album as well, great, loved it, man. Fucking, you know exactly what you're getting with these guys. You're getting stupid, straight edge hardcore, brilliant, superb, and you're getting a wrestling themed review.
Oh my god!
New Biffy album as well.
Yeah.
Biffy album's great. It's not the best. I think the fact that it's a double album, kind of like the same with the Soilwork album, means you're getting some filler going on. It's a bit long, but the songs that are on it that are good songs are fucking belters. So that's probably my top 5 so far.
Cool.
Oh no, actually scrap that. Shai Hulud. Fucking hell.
I was surprised. I don't want to say anything. I just thought Biffy must have obviously float your boat more, and I was like,
no, fucking hell. That new Shai Hulud album, man.
Yep.
Have they played yet?
Good, man. Nah, it's in April.
Yeah.
With Comeback Kid and Propaganda.
Propaganda.
Fuck
Are
those
they
guys.
still on the go as well?
They're headlining over Comeback Kid and Shai
Must be
Hulud.
getting old. Always making up these fucking names.
Propaganda have been on the go for fucking years, but they're not very
Terrible.
Well, there you go. I rest my case.
Shai Hulud are
It's a fucking beast in album.
named after the Mad Worm things in June.
Oh yeah, that sounded familiar.
No, that new album. I would say that's probably the best since Misanthropy Pure. Like that, it's fantastic. They get their original vocalist back. He produced it as well.
Yeah.
Just everything about it, man. Like it's metalcore the way it should be done. It's just so good. It's dark. It's heavy. It's brutal. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Get it? Listen to
I
it.
agree. Yeah.
I can do 5 movies.
Okay.
I can do five albums as well, actually, but no one will know or like any of them. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'll just throw some names at
It's
you.
Adele, isn't it?
Don't judge us like that. Come now.
Alright, David Ford,
Yeah.
new one, brilliant.
Good album,
Doubt Saints, thank you, brilliant. Nick Cave and Bad Seeds this year, new one.
What's it?
Really?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
Oh,
I
like Nick Cave in the Bad.
Gonna need to get rid of that chair, mate. I think
Nick
you
Cave?
should shit.
Not Nick Cage.
That would be brilliant.
Oh no, not the bees! Sorry.
Brilliant. Biffy is up there for me. I've got a fifth somewhere, I just can't think of it, so we'll just ignore that. But films, in no particular order, or maybe an order, DVDs as well as cinematic release.
Yeah.
Obviously, Beast of the Southern Wilds up there. Warm Bodies, brilliant.
Yeah, that was good.
Amusing
No, it was
zombie
great, no,
type
fancy.
film. It is very good. Nicholas Hoult, about a boy, second mention in this podcast. Do like that guy.
Yeah.
Currently doing Jack and the Beanstalk.
I think you were about to mention
Essentials
that.
as
A
well.
woman there that you're doing some sort but not for long.
So yeah, don't go and see Jack the Giant Slayer if you like Nicholas Hoult, because it's a little bit soul destroying. Not a bad film, but I love Nick Hoult.
Don't go see Jack the Giant Slayer if you like films.
It's not that bad. It's
Really?
middle of the road, easy viewing. Yeah. Warner Brothers can do no wrong. It's true. Mama is up there.
That night, man. Warner Bros did that.
There you go. Done that.
Yeah, well, mate, calm down.
And Argo.
Shh. You made your point. Jack the Giant Killer's still a cunt though.
Jack and the Giant Killer.
Yeah, he is. Pair of them.
Yeah, Mama was good. Recommend going to watch that if you like.
Can I
the
ask a question
good
about
ones.
Mama?
Yes.
Did they play at any point the Phil Collins tune in that film?
They should have
I
it.
thought it'd been quite cool.
On the credits, maybe.
Yeah,
First song on the credits.
No, no,
Yeah,
okay,
that'd be Mamma Mia. Come on now.
Maybe.
Mamma mia. It's a whole different story.
Mamma Mia.
Oh, you've completely thrown me now.
Sorry.
I'm trying to
No.
think of what else I liked.
It's an initiation.
Robot and Frank was very,
I've
very
heard
good.
good reviews about it. I've not seen it.
Did you read my one?
I haven't actually read your reviews.
Actually, her review is actually very articulate. It's a very good review, actually. I would like to
thanks.
commend you on that one. That was the first review I read.
Did
Till I
you?
realised who you went with. I've just seen the names. Who the fuck's that?
New person.
In Dave's defence, he's not always great at telling you when new people have started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought it would come into conversation at some point. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I enjoyed the film as well.
Yeah, no, it's really good. It's
Quite dark as well in places.
but it's really, really funny as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, it's quite sad as well. Boy's
Yeah.
going off his trolley.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's
Um,
kind of like the opposite of Terminator.
And then my other one is kind of controversial because I didn't actually enjoy the film as much as I perhaps wanted to, but Stoker. It looked brilliant and it sounded brilliant, but the actual story was a little bit.
Yeah.
I have no idea what actually happened, but it all looked
Explain,
quite
I'm
nice.
not aware of this one.
Stoker,
It's the bod for Alice in Wonderland. What's her name?
Mia, which is
aye.
Klasky.
She right, Alice, right? She's just turned 18 and her dad dies, and
She's a really
Nicole Kidman.
I'm just going to read the synopsis.
Oh,
then.
mate, I'm doing it without this.
All right, that's it. Do you want to
I'm doing it without the notes. Stop cheating, you idiot.
For years, for a year, people have wondered how Mikey seems to come up with this information in such detail so quickly.
I know.
And you've
'Cause
just
he's
given
a
away,
cheating
you've
bastard.
just given away the fact it's due
'Cause he's happy
David's
1, 2,
very, very
3.
fast Virgin Wi-Fi broadband.
No, I'm just very knowledgeable, and Dave can edit this out later on. So shut your pie.
Anyway,
Nicole Kidman is her like estranged mother, and her dad's like her uncle moves in, and he's a bit weird, and he basically kind of comes in and tries to start an like incestuous relationship with her, and from then
Really?
on I have no idea what happens.
But do you think that's?
I don't know. I don't know if he's.
I don't think
starting it or
there's
or she's-
any incest there.
I don't know, man. It's weird. Like it's stunningly shot. Like it looks amazing. Like the cinematography, the direction, even the acting is great. It's just the whole time you're just sitting there thinking, what is going on?
kind of David Lynch-esque or...
It's not that bad, mate.
It's not. No, it's not that weird.
It's not that either. I was down with David Lynch.
No. I don't.
Down with the
I'm just
sickness.
I'm picking up on your incest point because that's upset me a little bit. I think that she is a very naive 18-year-old and she's just gagging for it. And she's never met this guy before in her life.
She does.
There's an infatuation going on.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
certainly. But I don't think it's. You know.
She rubs one out in the shower thinking about him killing someone. Right? Come on now.
Exactly.
not
And it's that Chan.
I'll be honest, even 18-year-old girls that maybe don't get out and about and visit a lot of people, I don't think that'd be their default.
Yeah, but she's
response for me.
weird. She's naive and weird. You need to watch the film.
It's,
I need to watch the film now. If any sequence involving a woman, an 18-year-old girl, rubbing one out. I'm pretty sure I've seen this already. Maybe on one of these unmentionable XXX sites.
It's same director who did Old Boy. If I'm
Yeah.
And some
Is it?
Mr. Vengeance.
Now you've got my attention. I love Old Boy.
Chan Woon Park.
Bless you.
yeah, no, it's like the way it's made is brilliant. They just could have done that script. I think
Well,
they kind of
maybe-
they just sort of
maybe
forgot
I-
about that bit.
I don't know
Because
whether
there
it's too
is incest and Old Boy. So don't know. Maybe that's where you're picking up. Don't know. Maybe he just likes that sort of thing.
Maybe
Maybe
it does.
just like shagging his maw.
Maybe I don't like incest, so I'm just ignoring the inference. I don't know.
Maybe.
Is that Mia Wasikowska?
Wasikowska,
Yeah, whatever.
oh.
Is she better in this than she was in that fucking shite Alice in Wonderland? She was really annoying.
She's
in
still fairly annoying, but she plays the kooky girl quite a lot. And to
Yeah.
be honest, like at the end of the review, I said it made me want to watch The Addams Family. She is so much like Wednesday.
Yeah.
How big is her neck as well?
She has got
9 meters long.
Yeah.
That's a good 3 Danzigs.
Right. Yeah, it's huge.
So,
Cool, excellent.
Baby's top 5.
For me, I don't have much on the film front, so I'm just going to stick with albums. Oh god, I haven't put this in order. Oh no.
Oh mate, at least you could have been prepared.
I can't even read my own writing now.
I'll sweat my eyes. Burns.
All right, I'll go 5. I'll go 5-1. Right,
Oh, Gangnam Style, you love that.
Number 5 might surprise you. The new Hadouken album.
It does actually surprise me because
Does
it's
it?
not in my top 5.
I really like the new Hadouken album.
I really like it. I really like it. Whoa. I really like the album. You read my review.
Sort of phonetic language I'm missing out on here.
4.5 out of 5 or did
See,
they
the
get
next
4 out of
podcast
5?
I'll come in here.
do they
Four.
clap a lot in this?
I like the new.
They don't actually see the dubstep influence in this album's fucking massive, and it's always been there. There's always been kind of hints at, but because it's the big thing at the moment, I don't know. I really like it, but I can easily think of 5 albums. Well, I did 5 albums which are above it, but I know I'm with you on that.
When I
like
first
the
heard
album.
it, I thought it's not as good as For the Masses.
It's a grower. It's a
But
total
the more I
grower.
listen to it, the more I like it, and I can listen to it
Yeah.
pretty much any day of the week and still get right into it.
My main issue in the review, which is on rockandreelreviews.com, check it out, folks. Some of my main issues are that there are certain songs that I don't think are strong as other songs, and I think the other songs. Almost if you had like a 7-track album. And play it in its entirety, it's brilliant. But if you take each song individually, they're fucking stunning. It's when you put them in the context of a really powerful song before and then a really good song afterwards. And there's a couple of songs wedged in there which aren't quite fillers, but no, it's a fucking good album, man. It's
Really like it. Hadouken every weekend. Number 4, I would say, is probably the new Hatebreed album.
Oh yeah.
Really enjoyed that as well. I was always a big fan of Hatebreed.
Me.
And I feel this album's definitely up there with the best albums. Number 3, Shai Hulud. It's got to be Shai Hulud.
yes!
Such a good album.
Fucking
That's a good album.
amazing
Such a
album.
made up name.
Really enjoyed Shai Hulud album. I picked up moments of Turmoil actually at certain points. There were certain riffs I thought that really reminds me of Turmoil. Probably is it The Process of? I think that one was called. But I picked up on that. I really enjoyed that. Number 2, the Delta Saints. I really enjoyed the Delta Saints album. Death Letter Jubilee. Armand Baz reviewed that for the site. I think he got 4.5 out of 5.
We miss you, Baz.
We miss you.
Couldn't even be arsed showing up. I'm only joking, Baz.
He knows no, he's got a flag out. Says Baz is a cunt.
Number 3.
It's just a kind of New Orleans southern kind of blues album. It's really good album. And number 1 would be a band that I've never heard of before. They're called Feared. I just did the review last week. The band are made up of different members of other bands. Ola England on guitar from Scarpoint and now in 6 Feet Under, and Kevin Talley on drums from 6 Feet Under and played in Chimera and Misery Index and all that sort of stuff. It's called Furor Incarnatus. Really good album. It seems to be Ola England's he's the kind of main driving force behind it, but cracking album, kind of progressive death metal. Imagine
Progressive death metal.
Imagine Lamb of God went progressive death metal, and that's pretty much what Feared
Oh,
sound.
you'd first have to imagine Lamb of God being Gid. Right, okay, yeah, I see. Right, interesting, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's my 5. That'd be my 5 albums
Awesome.
currently. But I think I can. There's already a couple of albums that I'm listening to right now that I haven't reviewed that would probably change
Yeah,
that at the
there's a
moment.
couple that I've got. I tried to keep mines to minus.
I can't get past still certain albums from last year, and it's all your fault. 12 Foot Ninja hasn't left
That's
my
a
car
brilliant album, though.
since I got it.
I still haven't heard it.
It's
Oh,
fucking
that's not much else to
amazing.
you.
No.
Right, I'll send
It's
it
a
to you.
travesty.
It's a fucking.
In fact, even their
wonder an album.
EP before that, Smoke Bomb, is that amazing?
I've got a sneaky suspicion you really like it.
I'm in it.
And this
Even
is-
though it is kind of, there is genty bits in it.
Fuck
but
it.
There's a.
no,
There's there is. I'm not going to lie. There's
gent in it.
There's genty bits.
There's no
There's
gent in it.
There's genty
You
bits.
understand that the gent's all wrong then?
Yeah,
This
I
is
understand
faithful
gent
war.
as being. I understand gent as being the new metal, as in.
No.
New metal. That was
That's
my-
what you
That's
really
trademark
like
Mikey.
it. They're another band that throw like about a million styles in, but they do it really, really well. And the songs all sound cohesive, which is ideally what you want.
You listen to it and you'll come
You'll like
back
it.
and you'll say the winning gent.
Singer's fucking brilliant as well.
I'll text you
Singer's
and I'll be like,
really,
yeah,
really
he's
good.
full of
What's he
shit,
talking
man.
about? Aye,
He's full of shit.
Really good.
tattooed fuckwit.
Hashtag.
Yep, like it, shit.
So that's our current top 5. Some albums, some films. I'm pretty sure they're pretty much going to change quite drastically by the next podcast.
Or the next set of emails you send out.
Yeah.
By next week, actually. Yeah.
Law changed.
So
So obviously.
feel free to check those out. The last part of the podcast, we usually talk about stuff that's upcoming. So just very quickly, there's a few, 3 or 4 albums on the horizon that have piqued our interest. Firstly, the next one, kind of nearest one out, is the new Terror album, which I'm sure Graham's looking forward to.
Just shat, mate.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
Cannot wait for that, mate.
well. Yeah, it's out on 9th of April. It's called Live by the Code.
That's my birthday.
Oh!
Yeah, that's right. Terror.
Are you 43?
Take away 6. And you're closer to it. Thank you very much.
So that's out on April 9th, Terror, Live by the Code, out on Victory Records. After that, one that me and Duncan are particularly looking forward, possibly Mikey as well, the new Hack Ride album.
Oh.
Judging by Mikey's face, no, it's not looking forward to
You
that.
know, have you heard that read before?
Oh,
Oh man! What?
That wasn't an onion face.
I'm telling you now, guaranteed to pull the onion face. In fact, we're going to let you listen to the new single when the podcast finishes.
Alright, okay, well. I
You're
just,
gonna
you know,
fucking love
it's just, you keep coming up with all these new band names, you know. I
I
just
don't
came
know
to terms with Hacktivist, and now you're giving me another hack. What?
Ride.
Right, Hack Ride.
They predate them. This is like album number.
Is that not him that's the big guy in
Four.
Harry Potter?
This is number 4.
Hack Ride, is that not him in Harry Potter?
Ride. Hello, Harry. You're a wizard.
No, wasn't Harry. Oh, that's Hagrid. Right. Fine.
It's out on April 22nd. It's called Back to Where You've Never Been on Indie Recordings. French metal. You can't go wrong with
Oh,
French
well,
metal.
fucking
Tech,
reviewed
tech.
last best French metal. Fucking
Tech.
Calm down, mate. Calm down.
France last year gave us the best albums ever, other than Gojira. That Majoa.
Oh, yeah.
That was a fucking amazing album, and they're writing a new one this year.
Clone was fucking brilliant. Not Cologne. Clone.
Oh, yeah, Clone. Fucking hell, exactly. How could I forget? Oh, hi, how could I forget, you cunts?
What, you were on your honeymoon with me?
So,
Not a lot of
honeymoon, schmoneymoon.
I fucking Facebooked you the set list by saying the audacity of Gojira to have their second song being Flying Whales. I mean, who does that? It's just fucking...
Yeah, there's me sitting in the floor of the
That's
Keys,
first
having a
fucking...
wee drink, looking at the sun.
We just saw them this week.
Yeah.
And they pretty much played the same set, and it's only when you actually
no,
stand
it's just fucking rubbish.
and you listen to it. It's only when you stand and you listen to them that you understand that they have such a wealth of material now that honestly, as a pummeling fucking set, not 1 week song in it at all. Not like, you know.
He brings fucking cupcakes in. You think he owns the joint?
Fucking teasing me like that. Never have you ever sat in such a romantic location with your new wife, where the two of you are working out if we spend the money we have to fly back to see Gojira and then finish the honeymoon off.
His cupcakes are good, by the way.
Stick them up your arms.
Next, we've got Baz. Would have loved this if he was here. Baz.
Oh, remember Baz?
He's not dead. Or is he? Have you just not told us?
He's still with us in spirit.
Alright,
Personally, but
It's
Isn't that
new.
double freezing?
Is the new
Ogre
Sodom
Post
album?
option.
It's out on
the new what album, sorry?
Sodom.
Sodom.
Out
Behave.
on
I'm trying.
April 29th. It's called
I'll
The
drink my
Epitome
gin.
of Torture. We've actually just just received the new Sodom album. Baz would have went on about it if he was here. How awesome it is.
Thank
Yep,
Did Sodom not break up for a while and move back together, or did they just kind of
possibly.
disappear?
They've been on the go since like 81 or something. This is like album number 14.
Oh, really? Alright.
So
What do you think the epitome of torture is?
No Tep
Do you
album.
want to find
OTEP
out?
album. That's OTEP album.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
More
go.
so than Bunny the Bear.
Definitely.
No.
Definitely. No, you've got to be having a fucking laugh.
One of the Bears worse.
No,
Bunny the Bear.
no, I will refute that. There were a couple of redeeming factors on the Bunny the Bear album, which I did put in my review. There's a couple of things which I thought were actually alright and passable.
No, there's
there
not,
is
there's
nothing
not.
passable about that OTEP album.
This is your house and your website, but you want to just stand outside while you finish.
I'm telling you, the Bunny the Bear is worse.
In fact, that may be worthwhile mentioning that the band have a new album coming out, which I will once again be reviewing, mainly due to the fact that no one else wants to fucking review it.
Well, I believe the new album comes with a special edition CD and yeast infection.
So, well, that's interesting that you think that. 'cause-
Well, I thought the OTEP album was just pointless noise. It was just fucking background interference, really, with her making some noises. Bunny the Bear actually tried to write music, and it
Well,
was
that's-
fucking
yeah.
terrible. It actually made me hurt.
Yeah, you could probably make a good argument for that. Yeah.
I still think if I was given the choice between listening to either album, I would suffer the Bunny the Bear again before.
But I mean, imagine going to see them live with OTEP. You could pretty much just sit and go to sleep.
yeah, oh yeah, definitely. You
Bunny
couldn't
the
be
Bear
them.
was-
No, I don't think you can sleep with OTEP because you know it starts off quite quick and then you just fucking shout randomly. You'd shit yourself from a heart attack.
That's true.
At least with Bunny the Bear, it's continual noise all the way through that you can tone down probably.
I think.
Possibly.
But I mean, you could
I
probably
think
get used to OTEP because we know what she sounds like. We're used to that, you know.
Yeah.
Bunny the Bear, we'd
Oh.
never heard it before, and then you hear it, it's kind of like, why are you doing that? Why
It's
are you
another
doing
album
things
as
together
well.
that long?
That's almost an album a year from them.
Yeah.
At the moment that they're putting out, and unless if I did finally sit and watch that YouTube clip and that you sent with the email, and sorry for fans, I'm not even sorry for fans.
I'm sorry
yourselves.
that
You deserve it.
Yeah, it's
Like, your
but
masks
I'll-
are stupid and
I
all.
will listen to it and I will review it again, and I'll be interested.
It's like,
Well,
the masks
yeah,
are stupid. It's kind of like what happens if you took Slipknot and Balamory and smashed them together. Fucking look stupid. And the music shit too.
Well, let's put it this way, right? From the band, from my point of view, start with a 0.5 album rating. Yeah, they're going to have to do something really fucking bad to go below that.
Do you know what I hope actually? I hope the band
Cover
get
up
in
my
touch and
OTEP.
say, oh, if you think you're fucking any good, see if you're any better. Well, there's a few of us together, great minds probably could fucking
could,
knock
I think
out
so, yeah.
an album that would equally,
Yeah.
not equally,
As long as it's
destroy them.
As long as it's in 4/4, it sounds like Biohazard.
That's what he knows as well. So. Dave plays a lot of 4/4. No, he's quite technical. No,
I remember Dave used to play drums.
He did that a couple of times. He was good back in the day. Back in the day, I remember he had flashy sticks now.
Did actually laser pointer sticks. Busting it in the door there.
But he's married now, he's a dad now, he'll not be able to keep time with
Bring
his
it back
watch
to the
like all his
podcast.
fucking drum kit.
Bringing it back to the podcast, folks. Bringing it back to the podcast.
Anyway,
Sorry,
yeah, so that was Sodom. I don't know how we managed to get away for that, but anyway, Sodom.
We're talking about the epitome of torture.
Epitome of
yes,
torture. That's
there
it.
you go, well done.
Well done. 29th April. Surely squeezing a fifth before the end of this.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Cunt. The last one I've got here is The Ocean, because we started the podcast with Ocean. It's got a release date of the 29th of April on Metal Blade.
Are they just naming their albums after parts of the sea?
Pretty much.
Yes.
Right, okay.
I don't know how familiar you are with them, but the previous album they released 2 albums, like a kind of twin
Like a
concept
double,
thing, and both of them were fucking stunning. But
Yeah.
in particular, that last one,
Anthropocentric. I think
yeah,
it's called.
is absolutely fucking
Awesome.
That
crushing.
might as well be a
It's
carbine
so
soda for all I
good.
know.
They're in the same sort of ballpark as bands like Cult of Luna, but they're more streamlined in terms of the sound.
So when you say Cult of Luna, I can only hear the song The Cult of Snap. I don't know why. Every time he says it, I'm doing, this is the Cult of Snap. So
it's like
go back to the 90s and then he kicks in, you know, like...
I think bands like Cult of Luna, ISIS, that sort of, ballpark,
okay.
but a lot more aggressive.
Could you really get any ISIS here?
Well, I would try
This guy, vocalist.
It's really, really good vocals.
It's out 29th April. It's called Pelagial, I think. That's how you pronounce it.
No, I think you're right there. Pelagial.
And this is their 6th album. That's pretty much the albums. I did get a little email the other day, might interest Graham, about a new Suicidal Tendencies album.
Oh,
What?
Coming out
amazing!
In May.
Yeah.
Another band that I thought I'd split up.
Yeah.
No. Well, kinda, but no really.
Okay.
Like the Suicidal still technically are on the go. Infectious Grooves are still technically on the go. They keep releasing like split EPs despite the fact that it's all the same members in the band. It's weird. Doesn't matter as long as they tour. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So a wee guesty are you there, aye? A wee guesty there, are you?
It's out in May apparently. The new album. So we've got that to look forward to.
I also want to say, and I know there's not a lot of fans of the man in here, but April marks the launch of the new Rob Zombie album.
Is it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Fucking hell! When did that come out?
It's been on the cards for a wee while, and I've heard his new single, and I actually really like it. And yes, there is a multitudes of yeah in it. So there's a baby. He said in a recent interview that people that have heard the album so far, he says this a lot, and I really fucking hate him for saying this. But he said that people that have heard the album recently say that it reminds them most of kind of the White Zombie stuff. That he does this. No, he does this every fucking album. The single I thought does have a White Zombie influence. Now whether the rest of the album goes down that road is.
The last album was brilliant.
I really enjoyed the last album.
Let's just face facts. As soon as White Zombie get back together again, start writing from Astro Creep 2000 onwards again, we'll all be fucking happy. Alright? And he stops touring with Marilyn Dickface Manson.
He has stopped touring with Marlon.
Thank
Marlon
fuck
Manson
for
is
that.
now going on a massive tour of the States with Alice Cooper.
Really?
Oh, very
Yeah.
great. Two fucking old cunts with their face. They just walk out the
One's-
stage and
one's
don't know
dis-
whether it's New Year or New
One's
York.
decisively older than the other though.
One for actual progressive age and the other one.
I'm not gonna sit here and just let you smack talk Alice Cooper.
Oh no, Alice Cooper's alright.
Oh, I do.
You know, no, it's Marilyn Manson. What the fuck? I stopped taking any interest in that twat since Download 2009.
Fucking terrible.
When he walked out on stage and started shouting at a guy in the crowd because he thought he was wearing his jacket.
humping the floor and shit like that. Ah, mate,
No.
fuck off.
The drugs don't work.
Big curtain
They
drops.
just make
Like,
you
he's like,
worse.
Jesus, we've got me people comfy.
I know, I'll see your face again.
What? Sing a song, you prick.
house.
I've got a lovely bunch of coke.
Okay, anyway, moving on. That's a little collection of albums. Film wise, we've got quite a fair amount of decent films on the horizon in the next few months. One that Graham and Duncan will look particularly forward to is Evil Dead.
Oh mate!
Yeah, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
No.
And the
Nah,
reviews have been positive.
When they announced that they were remaking it, I was like, nah, I'm not having anything to do with this. Fuck this. See, as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, alright, you've got me.
I was
Like,
sceptical. I was
I'm in.
sceptical with the trailer,
Yeah.
but the reviews
not
I've
seen the
seen
trailer.
of reputable horror websites that have been laying into
Sam
it. for
Raimi's involved,
fucking-
isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they've
yeah.
been laying in. I mean, the review sites have been fucking properly bashing this for months now, and they've all kind of had to eat their words because all of them are issuing fucking
Premiered at
pretty stunning reviews at the moment.
It premiered at South by Southwest and had the biggest crowd out.
What I don't
Anything
understand,
Premier
what I don't
League.
understand though, is Sam Raimi has now announced that he's doing
Evil
Evil
Dead
Dead 4.
Yeah.
And it will run. It's not, it's totally nothing to do with a kind of standalone remake.
Yeah.
It's going to follow the continuation of
Army of Darkness.
Ash,
Aye.
and he's continued from Army of Darkness. I don't know what ending they'll work from
Aye.
because there's two endings to the film.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that he's announced that at the
Right,
same time
yeah,
as the
yeah,
film's
yeah.
starting to get launched. Which I don't know. I think that, and nothing against the man, but I think that's kind of disrespectful, even though he's involved with that project. Don't let that one come out
Aye.
and then start
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about a
yeah.
new one. Don't instantly start basically putting something out which is an argument that fans will say, why not just make a fourth one instead of making a remake?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm properly excited.
But I
This
think
is-
the fourth Evil Dead now has to have like elements of humour and things like
Well,
that.
it has to
in
be
it
more
now.
humour than
It
horror.
has to be kind of cartoony. Essentially, it has to be a Power Rangers movie with Bruce
Yeah.
Campbell, which
Yeah.
I'm,
Would be
I'm,
amazing.
I'm all about.
Oh yeah.
But the new one, the remake, and by the sounds of the reviews and based on the trailer and everything like that, has done, just goes back to just being like straight up horror.
Yeah, and they've taken the
just made it
fundamental
absolutely
roots
brutal.
of it and make it a very, very gory, very, very, very
Well, I mean,
terrifying
it
film.
laid the foundations a lot of ways when the first one was done.
Yeah.
For genre defining. So
I watched that film recently, and I still think, in terms of, you know what, it's fake gore. You know, most of these films, but it's ridiculous fake gore. It's still one of the goriest films I've ever seen in my entire life. I think it, and I mean, that's a marvel now when you consider the amount of fucking snuff film sort of things they're doing with Hostel and all the rest. But that's still, it's brilliant. It's fucking wicked. Can't wait. Bring it on.
Yep, definitely.
Excellent. Evil Dead. Next one's for Mikey. Iron Man 3.
exploded, spunk everywhere. Can't fucking wait. Because it's not just about the film. It's not just about Iron Man 3, the third of the other two. It's also the start of phase 2 for Marvel. It's the introduction of a whole host of characters that are going to appear in Iron Man 3 that's going to pave the way for the new S.H.I.E.L.D. TV series. It's going to pave the way for Captain America 2 when it comes out next year. You've got Thor 2 as well. So there's a lot of stuff happening, and it just looks fucking mega. It's so dark. It's on the flip side now. I mean, we're forgetting about Iron Man 2 and the kind of, hey, I'm Tony Stark, I have shitloads of money. Oh, hey, check me out. This is Iron Man 3. Yeah, we're going to blow your shit up, take everything off you, and then see what you can fucking do about it.
Yeah.
And it's got everything and anything from the comics that you can remember. It's got the Extremist storyline about him being able to control his armor sort of through his mind, and then there's the Iron Legion. There's a shitload of fucking.
Is that Hulk Smasher at the end?
Yeah, man, it's a Hulk.
Is that the Hulk Smasher? Oh, amazing.
So, because
at the end of the trailer, when the big massive.
I've not seen the trailer yet.
Oh, really? The end of the trailer is a big fucking massive Iron Man suit comes out.
This is a bit of a spoiler alert, but even though the film's not come out, but there is. This is set a year after the end of the Avengers, and Tony Stark has, well, he's not been sleeping well, given the fact he gets sucked into space as a result of the end of the last film. So,
the best days,
well, you know, sometimes you can get into Aldi and the exact same thing happens. So he's been spending his time at home, sorting shit out, building new suits, some that would benefit him, some that may benefit his missus if she gets into bother. There's a wee secret bit coming out there. And then the Hulk Smasher as well, these different things.
Shoot like Iron Man.
As long as there's that kind of creepy aristocratic male butler thing going on, activate.
So that's going to be fucking mega. There's everybody. Ben Kingsley is the Mandarin, the new bad guy.
I like the fact that in the trailer it shows you that he's got the Captain America shield on the back of his neck. I like the fact that that's in the trailer.
Yep.
So you actually you know that even just from the trailer, you know how this is all tying together.
It's total link, because obviously there's chat about Don Cheadle's character's War Machine, why he wasn't in the Avengers, but there's a story coming out there, and the Iron Patriot suit where it's linked to Captain America and potentially Spider-Man if they go down that route as well. So Iron Man 3 is not just about Iron Man, it's about fucking everything. As far down the line as Drax the Destroyer in Guardians of the Galaxy, which is in 2015.
It's funny because there was a recent article I was reading where basically they were talking about you know how the kind of reboot again of a lot of action heroes that we grew up watching. You know, Arnie's got films coming out, Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis, you know, and people looking at that and saying, you know, the term, was it Jerry Action, coming out to mark these, and what they were saying is basically there's no action films anymore, there's no action stars, and what the argument that's put forward is that comic book films have replaced that entirely. And when you think about it, especially when you're saying what's coming out now, that is the new thing.
Well, it's going to be
but it's going to dominate, I think, movies now for the.
You think of the 40s during the Second World War, everybody had comics, you know, even over here, you know, you had all your Action Man kind of style comics, the military stuff, and then in the 50s and 60s it become more popular in America, all these the sort of superheroes, because you didn't have them on the screen, because you had your the big thing during the 50s and 60s was your gangster films, your black and whites, your Ginger Rogers and all this singing and that. It's all about happy stuff now. I suppose everybody's looking for that kind of next action. So then they might be onto something like that.
I think that's basically as well.
But you know, it's, I mean, this is my third century of being alive, because I'm immortal, because, you know, I was born on the banks of... Nah, it doesn't matter.
I'm only joking.
No, I know, you young whippersnapper.
So excitement is high for Iron Man 3. What about G.I. Joe Retaliation?
The Rock! The Rock is in it!
It's like, I hated the first one. And it's like what they've said is, you know, the first one was was a failure, so we'll make another one.
No. The first one was wank. Let's just say it like it was.
Awful. Yeah. What can we do to make people interested in the second one? Well, we could put Bruce Willis in it.
Well, yeah,
that's a good point. And
The Rock.
who's the guy? He is. There you go. Out with superheroes. The new action star is The Rock.
See,
Yes.
like I
He's on
hate,
everything.
I
Especially
hate the
Tooth Fairy.
fact.
Oh fuck.
I hate the fact that G.I.
Lisa,
Joe
what's your-
comes out the week before WrestleMania when The Rock is headlining WrestleMania defending the WWE title.
Against
That's
John Cena?
it's so transparent, it's disgusting.
It is.
The Rock is never he's never on Raw or anything like that defending. He's only ever at the pay-per-views. He's going to lose the title at WrestleMania, but it's just a big marketing thing. It's bullshit, man.
You
Fuck
can
off.
see through that, Americans.
Vince McMahon, I see right through you.
The thing is, though, I mean,
So give some of your money.
The Rock isn't that bad an actor.
He's the best guy that's ever lived. But,
He's the great one.
You know, well,
He is.
Well, you know, if you think about Fast Five, I thought he was really good in that. The
Yeah, but-
character that he played.
I went to see that.
sorry, man.
There's a bad kind of story which I won't go into too much detail because it take too much time. But I ended up in that. I hate the Fast and Furious films.
You missed my gig for that.
That's the story. We arrived too early to see his band, and we didn't know when they were going to be on. And Colin goes, "We'll just go to the cinema and we'll watch a film." And we went to see Fast and Furious 5, which was fucking awful. And it went on just a wee bit longer than I was expecting. I thought this film's not going to have a shelf life of any running time beyond an hour and 20 minutes. And it lasted about 2 hours. And we came in as he was striking his last power chord of his song. And then everything went quiet, and he fucking gave me a barrage of abuse from the microphone.
It's a nice 4/4 beat.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Was it, was it Drop D as well?
It's-
Was it?
Aye, obviously.
It was good in that film, in that anything that takes camera time off Vin Diesel is a fucking bonus.
Yeah.
No, I just think it's
Exclamation
it's your
mark.
obligatory action star in these big shoot 'em up Hollywood things. If you put him in that fight scene with him and Vin Diesel in that garage, I thought that was really good. Just the characters going off against. I just think that he gets a lot of bad press, and that's why they're throwing him.
I
into
kind
this.
of lost
But
faith
G.I.
when
Joe,
he did a
though,
running kind of shoulder barge kind of spear type thing into his stomach and knocked him through.
The second one will be better than the first
yeah.
one. I think is essentially where we're going with this.
Yes, it will be.
You know.
It would have to fucking go.
If you were to take everything else out of the equation, Ray Park is playing Snake Eyes.
Yes,
Just watch it for him. That's fine.
there you go. Mikey's
Excellent.
Mikey has spoken.
Yeah, that's it.
Done.
Which
Next.
takes us into Fast and Furious 6.
Why? What is the point? What is the point in at the end of the fifth one?
She's back from the
Basically,
dead.
yeah,
Michelle
resurrected
Rodriguez.
a dead character, and I get the feeling that she jumped out. She didn't want part of the fifth one. She was already saying, "Cut me out." And the fifth one did so fucking good at the box office that she's went, "Oh,
and
go
you-
write me back." Is there
You
any chance you can write
supported
me
that
back?
by going to see it, you did.
In my defence, I have a cinema card, which means that I'm supporting all of film, regardless good or bad. But yeah, so
2.5 hours to get a fucking film.
I don't see. I mean, I see why they make them, because they're profitable, and from a film company point of view, they invest a certain amount of money and they get a lot more money back. So it's an easy film to make.
It's
a
Universal.
very- yeah.
Come on, you fuck guys. Universal released like super high caliber films, and they keep cranking out Fast and Furious.
But it's a money maker. It's a money maker. It's an easy. It's like horror films. It's like a lot of film companies release horror films because they're very cheap to make. And they tend to make the money
'Cause
back,
idiots
if
like
not
us will
more.
go and see
Aye, we'll go and see them. It's the same idea. It's a no-brainer. And this one, this one will do incredibly well at the box office, and there will be a seventh one,
Yeah,
and that's
probably,
just the way it will run until the film starts to go into the red in terms of how much money it makes. We'll keep making them because they're easy to make.
So am I missing something here? It makes shitloads of money. So
It does.
They keep making them.
They just keep making them.
Doesn't mean they have to be good. So the people that make them are making loads of money.
Yeah.
So does it suffer?
Yes.
Yeah,
Ah,
pretty
right,
much,
okay.
yeah.
Aye, that's the point. As soon as people stop buying into it,
I like
they'll
them.
stop making them. I just don't see the point.
No, it's popcorn for the eyes. It was there. I watched it. There was some cars. There was.
But that's it. It's ticking boxes. There's cars, right?
Yeah.
There's scanty,
There was some fighting.
kind of dressed women. So
There was
guys
some-
are going to be interested. There's going to be some sort of love story, so the women will
Yeah,
be
that
interested.
sounds alright,
It's
right?
it's genetic ticking the boxes. That's what I'm saying.
I would never be interested in
But
that.
this is what film companies sit there and say. Right, we need something that'll appeal to guys, right? So they go for the lowest common denominator. You know
That's
what
why
I mean?
you-
Because guys
you
only
want to
like
do it.
action
And then-
films with women with their tits hanging out.
But they
You
want
know?
something to attract the women as well.
So they shove
go
their
with
own
it.
ones. Exactly.
Yeah,
It's pish.
okay, yeah,
It's
I
pish
see
because
that, yeah.
I mean the majority of films I like
Oh yeah,
You know, don't have a
Walker
lot-
in. Yeah,
Yeah.
with blue-eyed blonde hair little prick. Who they're fucking setting up for the new Hitman reboot. Fuck
Really?
off, Paul Walker.
Another one.
They might as well have just asked fucking Morgan Freeman to play Hitman.
I watched that shit.
yeah.
The dialogue would be
So
the
some
best
half-caste
dialogue
elderly
ever.
man with a barcode on his head.
He just be able to talk them down before he shoots them. In the beginning, boom, you know what I mean? Fucking,
In the beginning, holy lord.
I don't know, I gave him a gospel tone.
Yeah.
He'd be better doing gospels. Anyway,
Moving on. From
but
Fast and
bad. I
Furious.
don't understand why. Avoid like the plague.
I think it'll be good.
What else have we
See Carl's
got?
tits in it. What else do you want?
You're the boxing tip.
I wouldn't go to the cinema to see it.
It's a Mikey box. And all of that. Does it have Carl and Mikey's tip?
Listen, I like to see cars at work. I spend most of my life with cars that don't work.
Well, there you go.
You know, fast cars with nice girls in them. They don't have to be smart, but they look nice. You know?
What else have we got? Oblivion, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise, you've said it all.
Fuck off. I seen the trailer for that on TV just the other day, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? Morgan Freeman's in that right now.
Yes. Morgan Freeman
That's
is
the
in
new
that.
Hitman.
It's Tom Cruise running in space.
There's two films
Enough said.
coming out. There's one with Will Smith coming out later on this year.
That's
Which both
just
kind of deal
awful.
which both kind of deal with
Afterlife or
this
something like
this sort of post-apocalyptic. It's not even post-apocalyptic, really. It's kind of alien.
What is it? I Am. What's that film we did? I Am thing.
Legend.
I Am Legend and the Karate Kid in the same film.
Yeah, but it's just
Back on Earth, getting chased by big monkeys. So it's Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
I don't know. I've seen the trailer for it, and
I'm not bothered.
I'm the same.
Aye.
And visually,
Yeah.
it looks pretty fucking stunning.
It
but
would be
I'm
better
not-
if he wasn't in the visuals.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oblivion and Fast and Furious, Universal are really dropping the ball pretty heavily, and G.I. Joe, they are really dropping the ball pretty heavily.
Do you not think the Tom Cruise thing's finished now? You not think that he had that wee kind of phase of like a good
Mission
10
Impossible.
years where he just started to pick up his shit and start to really make good film. Last Samurai, Minority Report to an extent, Vanilla Sky, Magnolia, other ones which I can't remember. Really good films. I watched that Jack Reacher and it was fucking
I think,
awful. And Night and Day, don't get me fucking started on it. I slapped the fucking smile off his little bastard.
oh, is that because it's got fast cars? It's got Cameron Diaz.
I'm reeling them in.
Maybe her
Reeling them
tits.
in. Reeling them. Yeah, that's Cameron.
He's gone through that. He's gone through the phase of making like really, really good film, and he's went back to that phase that he went through towards the end of the 90s, where he was just kind of showing up and getting a paycheck. And I think he's went back down that road. And regardless how much fucking flashy special effects they put in the background, I'm not impressed.
You should probably swap the actors around from those last few films.
The Rock should be in that one.
Oblivion.
The Oblivion one. Aye.
Morgan
Aye.
Freeman should be the main guy in Oblivion.
In G.I. Joe.
Amazing.
Tom Cruise should be in Fast and Furious.
Aye.
That's the sort of film that I would.
Strikes
Actually, Fast and
Fast and
Furious.
Furious.
I guarantee you,
Fast
Fast and
and
Furious 6 would be good if Tom Cruise was in it.
No, I don't think
can't-
anything that Tom
yeah.
Cruise is in is going to be
What
particularly
if he was in
good.
the boot of the car?
Well,
When it goes off a cliff.
I don't know.
Yeah, I could maybe.
I honestly think that he's a bit of
Could
a
be
waste of
Samuel
space, and
Louise,
I
but-
blame, at the risk of upsetting lots of people,
Scientology?
I blame Scientology.
Good work. I like this woman. She can come back.
Yeah. Scientology.
Fucking weird.
monsters invading things.
It's the best story ever.
And if you want to know anything about
Sounds like
Scientology,
It does. That's
Watch
it.
that
It's a
South
film.
Park
It
episode.
is the film version of Scientology.
Yeah, well, Scientology could emanate in Scotland. We've got Monster in the Loch just up the road. You know? I could go down to the beach and pray to it every Saturday.
Do you?
No. I really should. I don't take nearly enough as much advantage of staying up in the Highlands at all. You know, there's loads of stuff you could do. Apparently, if you throw sheep after 2 in the morning, you get good luck.
Alright, cool. Get a bash. See what happens.
give the sheep a bash.
Yeah.
Aye.
After I've thrown it. I don't know if she's thrown in a particular direction or not, but I'll maybe read into it, find out what the law is. I'll speak to the missus in case there's some sort of legal impediment there. Throw your own sheep or something.
Couple left. Hangover 3.
Meh.
Nah.
Looks like the Hangover 1 and Hangover 2.
The first one was good.
The first one was good, and then
It was
It
alright.
was.
first one was good, right? It was
good.
no super bad, right? In terms of
That was terrible as well.
Superbad was good.
super bad. Was
Oh,
funny as
come
fuck.
on.
Hangover was a good comedy film. The second one is essentially the first one made again, except this is the
Inside
argument again that we're going to use. It's the biggest selling comedy film of
Yeah.
all time, hence why you've
Yeah.
got a third one.
Yeah.
But they have said this is the last one. But I love how they're using in the trailer, you know, the end of the trilogy, an epic conclusion. You're like, it was never planned as a trilogy. It just did well.
Yeah.
Once again, cheap to make.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
I think it actually
I've
got.
become sceptical.
It got given the money and the funding before the script was even actually
Yeah,
written,
yeah.
which is the same as the
Yeah.
In-Betweeners this year.
Oh,
So-
In-Betweeners, God.
Is there another In-Betweeners movie?
That's been predicted as one of the top 10 grossing films of the year. Doesn't even have a script yet.
Yeah.
Well,
I can believe it. It did very well.
It
It
did,
did very
yeah.
well.
I would rather sit in a bath of lemon juice with paper cuts all over my testicles than watch that fucking film again.
That would sting.
That fucking right. So when watching anything British comedy that's
Yeah.
oh
Oh,
God.
there are a few exceptions to the British comedy rule, but that
Name
one's
one.
on the...
Angel Share.
Yes.
Alright, name another.
I feel vindicated. I'm going to sit out in this one.
Lenny Henry. Lenny Henry. Ah,
Bring it back, Dave. Bring it back.
Okay,
Stick
speaking
with
of
this.
this, Man of Steel.
fucking right.
I'm
Yes.
so excited.
Yes.
The trailer. The trailer is amazing.
Yeah, I want to see Man of Steel, right?
Right.
Want to see Man of Steel. But I know that they're going with the Justice League
Yeah,
movie
I
in mind. Are they going to go Man of Steel straight into Justice League? So if they do that, then there's a whole weird implications
No,
as to
this
what
is
they're
the
going
man
to
you
do
want
with
to speak to on
Batman.
that one.
Are they going to do like a Batman and
The
Superman?
report as of
joint movie?
yesterday is that the Justice League idea has been binned.
Really?
So Man of Steel is a standalone film. There was supposed to be a cameo of Wonder Woman in it at some point in order to set it up for that.
Yeah.
But apparently they've decided that, well, Warner Brothers have decided that it's just not going to work because they actually had a full cast in place for the Justice League. It doesn't.
I would have been too soon.
Yeah, totally.
We-
I think if
we-
they're going to do it, they're going to do Man of Steel because they're going to stick with Zack Snyder and your man.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, and they're going to do another one, and it looks like they're going to set it up for a reboot of Batman, unless
Yeah.
Christian Bale. Is
Well,
going to get
that's just
involved.
it. He's in talks.
That's the
Christian
rumor
Bale.
is that Christian Bale is going to be the Batman in Justice League.
Aye.
He's-
If he
he's
can,
in-
if he can
he's in
tie these
talks.
two in.
But
Yeah.
he's only in talks if Nolan's linked to the project. He'll only do it if Nolan's linked.
But
Aye.
that opens up all sorts of like weird, like in terms of the timeline and all that type of stuff. Like, how does that work? Because if he's old as fuck in Dark Knight Rises, right? But I mean, the thing is, in Dark Knight Returns, which is a big basis for Dark Knight Rises, Superman's in that. So they could have kind of tied that all in, and then that would have gone in with the kind of the two.
I don't think
like,
anyone. I
greatest
don't
in the
think
world
anyone could have
type
predicted.
storyline.
I think with a degree certainly, and you might want to argue this. I don't think anyone could have predicted how big all these films and the Avengers film were going to be in terms of money. And I think your DC and stuff like that are now scrambling to try and
they
capitalise
are.
on that.
But
But it has to
if
be done the right
they
way.
just jump in with Justice League
Exactly.
movie, then no one knows who
Marvel's
half
done it
these
very
characters are.
well because
Aye.
they've set that up over a period of time. You
Marvel
think
never-
that first
Marvel
Iron
never
Man
allowed it
film,
to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
they didn't allow it
if
to
you-
happen
yeah.
because they didn't have the money.
Yeah,
so they
if
needed
you-
somebody to do it.
If you imagine,
Comic book
if you imagine like the first Iron Man movie coming out now, right after all the Avengers stuff
Yeah.
happened, no one gives a fuck,
Exactly.
right? It's pish.
Yeah.
It wasn't at the time,
Yeah.
but no one gives a fuck now. So what are they going to do?
I
Like
don't
a
wanna
Justice?
see-
They're going to do a Justice League movie and then have solo movies for all the people who were in that
As
movie
much-
who were just kind of there and you didn't know. Fucking wake up, DC! Pay attention.
As much as
and
I
ask for my advice. and
I
I'll
absolutely
deploy.
love the Batman trilogy. Totally fucking love it. I don't want to see Christian Bale come back and play
No,
Batman
not
again.
at all.
I think that final film answered as many as it could. Rounded it off nicely. Brilliant trilogy. Don't fuck with it.
Well, they're going to reboot it.
I know.
It's
Reboot
gonna
it with
happen.
someone else. Reboot it with
But
someone else.
the new Superman film though, it redefines everything though, because
that.
it's a new era. They're going to start from the beginning. You're giving you the backstory, then coming from Krypton. His father, obviously played by Russell Crowe, and then there's Zod. His main
It's that
enemy.
guy from Boardwalk Empire that I really like.
Yeah. So
The
there's
kind of Puritan cop guy from Boardwalk Empire. He
Michael
plays
Shannon.
it. Oh, it's
There's a
fucking
lot of history
brilliant.
attached to this film, and a lot of folk don't like it. They're like, "Oh no, it's been done a million times before." Aye, but again, it's just like a reband. It's like
Yeah,
a James
yeah.
Bond film.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's the same story. They're just getting somebody else to play it. But I really think this will be the defining.
Yeah. I
Level.
think you're right. A lot of the reports from people who have seen it is that it's far more action based than the trailer suggests.
I mean, because I liked the Brandon Routh one, the Superman Returns.
Did you?
There was bits in it. I thought it was a shame. It was up until towards the end, and to start a flaky story and Superman's son and all these kind of weird things you started throwing. It was kind of, if they just stuck with the core action scenes, like you can't deny that the airplane scene coming out of the sky was just fucking epic.
I had a good.
if they stick with that with this super
set
Man of
pieces in
Steel,
it, but I kind fucking.
They have to treat Man of Steel exactly the same way Batman Begins
Yeah.
and Iron Man was done in order to broaden that horizon.
Yeah, definitely.
Has potential though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
does.
it
I
definitely,
agree.
definitely does. And I mean, the trailer looked like, the cinematography and everything is stunning. It looks so
I'm going
good.
to chime in here. The sound is amazing.
Yeah. I think a lot of it's been shot on SLR as well, by the looks of things, as opposed to, like, well, obviously some of it's been shot in IMAX and things like that, but certain parts of it look as if they've actually been shot on SLRs.
Have they done a specific IMAX trailer?
I don't know.
I don't think it is. I think it's a generic trailer.
Is it?
Yeah, they'll obviously shoot the film.
Yeah.
They'll remaster it for
But this is the time, like you were saying that these heroes are replacing the 80s action.
Yeah.
This is the time technologically to do these
Yeah,
films.
yeah,
When I was younger and I'm looking at Spider-Man and Iron Man and then I couldn't imagine what it would be like to see that in real life.
Yeah.
See now when I watch it on TV or you watch it in the movie
looks like
screen,
real
it
life.
actually looks like it could actually happen,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
why I hate Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Well, there seems to be, and I hate the man as well, but there always seems to be this moment in the podcast towards the end where Mikey gets a small kind of. I hate Michael Bay. He's a prick.
But it's not that. It's only because like you
Bad
take. How hard is it? I mean, like I'm not a director. I don't make films, but I do.
No, I'm not actually.
That'd be really handy. But I've got my favourite comics in the house. I've got my favourite heroes. You take it, you read it, you fucking pad it out to make it make sense, and you put it in the big scene. Fans will love it. You make shitloads. Why wouldn't you fucking do that? Why would you change that? Why would you take Transformers and give Optimus Prime a moving mouth? He's a robot. Why would he have a moving mouth? Anyway, sorry. Man of Steel will be great when it comes out.
Yes. Man of Steel, excellent.
And if it's not great when it comes out, don't you fucking hear about it in April or whenever. When's it out? Is it April?
I think
May?
it's-
How about
It's
April?
May.
It's within the next 3 months.
Well, whenever the podcast after that is,
Yeah.
you'll hear about it.
We'll follow this up. Man of Steel, next podcast.
Fucking right.
Yeah, that's about it for podcast 4.
New York zombie movie. Don't forget about that.
Yeah.
Hold on
Lots
a
of
sec.
Salem.
Lots of
See
Salem.
that on the agenda, Graham?
You know the agenda. This is my agenda.
Sorry, I hate to say the Lords of Salem doesn't sound like a movie. It sounds like a club you guys are going to.
I've got a gold cabinet.
The Lords of Salem.
But from a trailer point of view, once again, talking about kind of stunning, breathtaking trailers, it fucking
yeah.
looks amazing. Whether it delivers, I've heard some reviews of it, and they've been favourable, but they've not been like completely enthusiastic. So we'll wait and see.
So it's not Despicable Me 2.
Well, it's him.
Oh, that looks so man. I cannot wait for that shit.
He's like obviously he's done the 2 Halloween films now, so this is him going back to him making original sort of content.
I like his Halloween films.
So I like the Halloween films as well. I
Better than
really liked.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
Really enjoyed House of a Thousand Corpses and Love Devil's Rejects.
Yeah.
So he has the potential to do good films. So I you can get over the fact that he constantly casts his wife in all the films. You can get over that fact. I don't know. And she's the main character
Yeah,
this
she
time
is.
around. So this will be the first time she's been. Well, although she did have a more prominent role in The Devil's Rejects.
Yeah, but she wasn't like the star.
She wasn't the main character. So yeah, it's one for watching for horror fans.
Cool.
I'm surprised you haven't mentioned Carrie.
Oh yeah.
When's that coming
All
out?
about
That should be
Yeah.
burned at the stake then. That's
I
only going to make me angry.
I still don't know much about it. Like the trailer, the one trailer that they released last year. I don't know if there's been another one yet.
Good.
Doesn't have any film footage in it. It's footage shot purely for the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, it's all about this
So-
girl you see, right?
Oh right. So
My-
I don't know how it's going to be.
Yeah, my issue with it is that the film is perfect in its simplicity, right? Carrie's perfect because it just builds up to that classic end to the film. That remakes tend to fuck with that, and what they tend to do is they tend to put in a lot more kind of jumps and scary bits and all that through the film. And if they do that with that film, they'll ruin it.
Well, I mean, like
I don't know,
the ending of it.
Excuse me.
No, sorry, carry on.
You know what I mean? You've
Yeah,
seen Carrie. Carrie's the deal. The whole deal of that film is that you completely sympathise and empathise with the main character. Who turns out at the end.
Yeah.
I think we can go down spoiler alert.
Aye.
Minute for 30 turns out to be some sort of fucking strange. Is it telekinetic?
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
killing.
machine.
bitch. You know what I mean? So that's the point of the film. Will a remake stick true to that, or will it start throwing particular set pieces during the film to move away from that?
I don't know. I mean, it's not really got any big names attached to it. In the same way, like the Evil Dead remake doesn't have any big names attached to it. The Hills Have Eyes remakes didn't have any big names attached to it. It's not fucking Michael Bay coming in and redoing it or anything like that.
Platinum Dunes.
Breathe.
So I don't
Platinum Dunes is responsible for some of the worst fucking horror remakes ever made. Every single one of them, pretty much. I can't think. Oh, there's a few kind of
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, fucking terrible.
Nightmare on Elm Street, I hate.
That wasn't Platinum Dunes.
Was it not?
No, it was New Line.
Alright, well there you go. New Line's got a lot of cancer for as well. So there we go. But yeah, Platinum Dunes.
Yeah, but because it doesn't have any big names attached to it like that, I don't know that it's going to have the... Obviously they're going for as big a market as they can possibly get, but I'm hoping that it'll be a kind of like, in the same way the Evil Dead one's being done, it's being made by people who genuinely love the original one and want to do their
Jennifer's Body or something like that.
and want to do their spin on it. So I'm hoping that it won't,
because there's been a whole influx. I did a horror segment last year where about Halloween time.
Yeah.
Aptly named Duncan for Apples.
There you go.
Look for it coming back this year in 2013.
I don't know.
Actually. What, me and Graham can double them up?
The Baz.
What, Baz wants to get involved?
Halloween.
Oh, we did say that actually, aye.
Barry Lowe.
Halloween. But he'll not watch any horror films, he's scared shitless. Horror cartoons, he's on it. On it like I'm on it. Anyway, the thing is, I watched a lot of horror films last year, which basically could have been very sort of, it seems to be this is the way they're making them, but they're all very much like Carrie in some respects, but really shit Carries, and that's what I don't want to see, another one where they're actually taking a story and a film, which it's the whole fanboy thing. I cherish that film. It's a fucking brilliant horror film, and it's very easy to fuck that up. They wouldn't have to do too much either way to fuck it up, so we'll wait and see.
Excellent. Anything else? Or
I can't think of any other films.
Well, I would just like to say, if you're listening, Mr. Bay, don't fuck with the turtles! Cunt!
6!
I think most of them are being mine, actually.
new record, I think.
I think it is.
Anyway, that's all we've got for podcast 4. We'll be back in a few months to do our next podcast, following up on some of the stuff we've been talking about. To play us out, we've got the rest of that, or the full track, from The Ocean, from the new album, Bathypelagic 2, The Wishing Dreams. Nailed it. So check that out right at the end. And that's us. We'll see you next time.
And on behalf of Baz on the Argyle Massive, see you next time.